All right. Hey, everyone. What's going on? Welcome to Monday night. Yeah, I had to think of the day there for a second. Yeah, welcome to Monday night hangout and chat. Welcome one and all if you're tuning in live or after the fact. My name's Mike, if you don't know by now, or maybe it's your first time coming to the channel. And yeah, hangout and chat is pretty much like impromptu, kind of random, and it's not like all the time this kind of happens. It happens like every now and then when I decide to kind of flick on the camera. And yeah, tonight is exactly one of those nights I decided to flick on the camera and talk to you guys and spend a bit of Monday night with you guys. So how you all doing? How is things going? Are you having a good week so far? How's your January going? I probably should say that instead because, I mean, we're already like halfway in January right now and nearly on our way to February, which is just absolutely nuts and just blows my mind like all the time. So yeah, it's been a crazy month for me personally. Some kind of like personal stuff and kind of just been flying over and just keeping myself busy and making YouTube videos for you guys and just bringing the kind of content anyway. So yeah, hope you all doing well. Again, I hope you're having a good January and good start to the new year so far. And yeah, I am really looking forward to doing this chat with you guys. May get a few guests on tonight as well. I have sent a link out beforehand to a couple of people, so you may get to see them. But in the meantime, it is just myself. So I got a couple comments already. So got Gareth from Video Tasty saying hi, Mike. So hey, Gareth, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, my friend. I've got Dimension Scott saying hey there, how's it going? So hey, Scott, I'm doing well. I hope you are too. And thank you for tuning in also. We've also got my good friend Adam from What the Gym. So, hey, Adam, hope you're well. He says, hi, Mike, what's your favorite musical instrument? And did you used to play any? No, I can't play an instrument. I can't see my life. Maybe the triangle at like absolute best, I guess. But I think anyone can kind of play the triangle. So, yeah, can't play any musical instruments. In terms of like my favorite musical instrument, I don't know if I've necessarily got one, if I'm going to be honest. I've always admired people who can play any instrument to start with, but like especially guitar, because that's always been an instrument I've always kind of wanted to like learn and play. I just never have. So I guess that's my answer. But yeah, I admire anyone who can play an instrument. It's not easy, so I admire everyone. I did try in the past to kind of learn guitar and stuff, but yeah, it just didn't happen. I've got Soph, Sophie's Retro Reviles. So, hey, Mike, hey, Soph, hope you're well. She says, I have booked the zombie experience I won through Joe's competition. Yeah, well, congrats on winning the competition. I didn't even know who won that. So, glad to hear that I went to you, Soph. That would be awesome. I'm sure it'll be you and Jason, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's awesome. I've done like a zombie experience before where you got to shoot the zombies after they come after you and stuff like that. Yeah, that experience from what I remember was pretty cool. So yeah, I hope that you have a fantastic time, Soph, and congrats on winning the competition. And thank you for tuning in. I've got Dave from Return to Stars saying, hey, Mike, you're the man. So hey, Dave, hope you're well. Right back at you, buddy. So yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, I actually posted this on my Facebook and Instagram, but I'm actually in my buddy Dave's movie. Yeah, I'm in a movie. Yeah, it's called Secret Seam. It's currently on Amazon Prime right now. I play pretty much like a main character called Oscar Flint in the movie. I added a little bit of trivia to the movie on IMDb if you want to check that out. Yeah, very fun experience, very cool experience, and kind of very surreal to say, like, I'm in a movie, So yeah, it's on Amazon Prime right now if you want to check it out. I can only imagine Dave for the project and what he embarked on. We've also got Lego News saying hello. So hey, Lego, hope you're doing well. And good to see you, my friend. I know recently you've been kind of busy with school and exams and stuff, so hope they've all been going well and hope you're doing good. And yeah, we've got Soph saying, I'm nervous. Jason is buzzing. Yeah, I've been on Soph. It's a fun experience. Obviously, it's like a very interactive one, so they'll get you in like the mindset of like, it's a zombie invasion or an apocalypse kind of thing. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to spoil it for you. Not to say I'm not going to like I've been at the same one that you're going to, but I just don't want to ruin that environment for you guys. But all I'll say is it's such a fun, interactive experience. That's all I'll say. And I think I am going to be bringing on a guest right now. So yeah, coming to hang out and chat is a guy who's been on quite a few of my live streams. Always love collabing with this guy. I've actually got some movie collaborations coming with him very shortly. He is my co-host on the Back to the Future monthly live stream. Jason, the Old Millennial. Hey, Jason.
How's it going?
Hey, yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So I know you're at work later on, right?
Yeah, 6:45,
Okay, and what time is it right there now for you?
1 o'clock.
Oh, all right, so you got a bit of time.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, we're not going to go 5 hours. Don't worry.
My
um,
phone last.
I mean, you never know. I mean, if you guys want to say a 5 hour stream, maybe, but I don't think so. But
Mm.
yeah, got Jason joining me. So yeah, for anyone interested, Jason's channel link will be down below in the description box after the live stream. But for in the meantime, if you want to go subscribe to him, his channel name is just Jason the Old Millennial. So yeah, Jason, while you're here, do you want to just plug your channel very quickly and tell everyone what it's about?
My channel, Jason Old Millennial. I cover movies and music and do a lot of rankings of like favorite albums, favorite songs, and then a lot of movie rankings and just a little bit of anything, video games, wrestling we've talked about on the channel.
Right.
Uh, Anything I feel like I want to cover, sometimes I'll just cover for the fun of it, but mostly it's movies
Mm.
and music that I kind of cover. And I try to do some movie reviews, but they're usually like stuff that comes out on streaming. So it's stuff that's been out for a while. So I don't catch the new stuff right away like some people do.
Mm.
It's kind of after the fact, but just kind of give my thoughts on what I've been watching and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So Jason's got a lot of awesome content, and like at the moment, he's currently covering like all the Beatles songs and kind of ranking them. He's covering physical media and like his kind of catalog of
Mhm.
physical he's got. He's done like a best of like 2022 and kind of done the Jason Awards as well on his own channel. So yeah, got a lot of awesome content. So please go subscribe to Jason. Not too far off 200, right?
I think I was at 177 the other day.
Hey, not that's not far,
So
man, from 200.
yeah, and I mean, thank you so much for promoting my channel on yours. That really helped me. I think
Oh man, anytime,
I don't know if
anytime.
I was just past 150, and then you sent out this community post, and I mean, I still have I screenshotted it, and it's
Mm,
on my phone under pictures, so I look at it
nice.
every once in a while because it really gives me joy that you did that, I guess, and a lot of appreciation for that. And
Mm,
yeah, it's gone up to 177, so it gave me a little bit of a bump, I think. But yeah.
nice. Yeah, man. Of course. I mean, I'm always going to be here to kind of promote your channel and to push your channel because, yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, Jason's probably one of the nicest people I've met through YouTube. And we've become really good friends since kind of meeting through Adam at What the Gym. So shout out to Adam if
Yeah.
you're watching. Um, but yeah, if you have not subscribed to Jason, please go do so. It literally take like 2 seconds of your time. Type in Jason the Old Millennial on YouTube. Go give him some love. Go subscribe to him. And we've also got Sophie solidifying that. She says, Jason, love that guy. Such a kind soul.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
couldn't agree more.
So nice.
Yeah, yeah, man. Well, you deserve it. You
No,
definitely do.
thank you.
So we've got a couple of comments, Jason. We'll get through them. Love you guys for leaving the comments and just pretty much swamping me with comments when I'm live. So I really appreciate it. Firstly, we've got Noran saying, "What up, Mike? Hope as well." Hey, Noran. Hope you're doing
No,
well, my friend. We've got Lego, who's been in a couple of chats recently. Been about exams. He says, "I've only got one more exam left." Yeah, dude. Well, I hope your studies have been going well, and yeah, just hope they're going well. I'm sure you'll have smashed your exams. Don't doubt it. He has got a comment here though, Jason, about Marvel, which I'm not sure if you've actually seen this. I don't think I've asked you. He says, "Have you guys seen a new Ant-Man Quantumania trailer that came out last week?"
yeah.
Yeah, I did as well. I just didn't know if you had that, or I don't think we've discussed it.
Yeah, I watched it.
What do you think?
Yeah. Very interesting. They showed a lot more of what's his name? Kang or something like that.
Yeah,
Jonathan Majors characters. They show a lot more of him, and definitely, yeah, it definitely looks interesting. There's some kind of what's the word? Ant-Man. What's whatever his
mm,
name is. It's kind of it kind of has this dilemma that he has to choose from. It sounds like from the trailer, which is something new.
right.
Anyway, so it's kind of interesting. Go, oh, he has like this personal dilemma of like choosing to go back to the past or something like that, if I remember right.
Mm.
Looks
like it.
So it's almost making them sound like, you know, it's like there's a right choice, but then there's a selfish choice. And so you're like, Ant-Man, I hope you make the right choice, you know, and selfish choice, you know. Oh, because he missed that. He missed so much of his daughter because he disappeared for how many years and missed his daughter growing up. So he's like, you know, conflict within of like wanting to go back, I think, and, you know, see his daughter grow up. I think, if I remember right. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it was something to do with his daughter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because you said like because the whole blip kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's yeah, like you, Jason. I think it's kind of it kind of caught my curiosity. I would say
it seems more serious than the other two, just by the trailer. But that's just the trailer.
Yeah, that's the vibe that I got as well. Which in a way I kind of like because like the Ant-Man movies have been kind of goofy and silly and good fun. You know, I will say that, especially the first one.
Yeah, this one's really. I mean, they're going to like a whole new world. It seems like, and it's much different than the other two in a sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think in a way, I think like with the direction it might go in with like more of a serious take. For me personally, I think it could work because you know we got introduced to Kang in the Loki TV series.
Yeah, barely.
And he's going to be like a big threat in the whole universe because he's got an Avengers movie coming out in a couple of years' time, right?
Yeah, I don't know what his thing is yet, though. I'm kind of curious. Like after Thanos, where do you go from there? But
well, I think he's all about time, if I'm not mistaken. So, in a way, like I think it's going to be a good decision because I mean I could be wrong. It could be a worse decision they've ever made. But straight away, the storyline you were saying about the trailer is already the fact that he wants his daughter back, or he wants to spend that time what he missed with his daughter. So you can't really make that comedic. You know, like you're not just gonna be like, oh, I wish I could go back into the past and make some stupid jokes, kind of thing. Plus, he's got to have some kind of character growth along the way.
Right.
Like with Thor, when they had the first two Thor movies, and then they kind of went comedic route in Ragnarok.
Right.
It worked so well because it was like a drastic change to what we're used to. And I think with Ant-Man, and especially this phase of Avengers coming up, especially with Kang being a super serious character and about time, I think we need that more serious tone in Marvel. Mixed in with some goofiness, of course.
You imagine that's the way the Ant-Man franchise has gone, a little comedic, so you would think so.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think so. I think it's kind of like a movie to kind of help him stand on his feet, you know, because he's always been kind of like a side character. And I think the way they're kind of going is more serious. So I don't know. I'm intrigued in it though.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume he was going to make the right choice, but I think of Wanda in Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, kind of a left turn where you're like, wow, like I like this character, now she's evil, and so Marvel could like take a really nice character and then turn them evil, and I don't like him anymore. So I don't know.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting what they do with the Ant-Man. I'm still not really sold on Marvel because the last projects I haven't been a fan of. So I'm hoping they can kind of bounce back and bring us something really interesting.
With this one and Guardians of the Galaxy 3, you would think so, but after Thor, who knows, I guess, because I was looking forward to Thor, Love and Thunder, and man, that was such a big disappointment. So I suppose you can't keep your hopes up, but I kind of
well, the thing is, I think with this year with Marvel is already, so I might be wrong, so feel free to fill in any gaps I miss here, Jason. But we've got Ant-Man movie coming out. We've also got Guardians 3. And both movies look like they're going to be emotional movies.
Yeah.
Like Ant-Man, obviously, with his daughter, as you said, and Guardians with like find out about Rocket's backstory.
Yeah.
And I know this is Drax's, Dave Bautista's like last Marvel movie.
Yeah,
I think
I've heard that lately. Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the Guardians split up and maybe they'll keep Chris Pratt and Groot, or maybe him, Gamora, and Groot and Nebula, and maybe Drax might go his own way, or maybe he might meet someone and settle down.
Yeah,
because they could always write him back in at some point.
I feel like that character is really taking off right now. After for me, it is after the holiday special. I thought Drax really was great.
Yeah. Oh, definitely had more chance to like kind of shine and
yeah, he's like
personality.
He's one of my favorite characters right now. Like, considering where he came from in the first one to now, I mean, I kind of really like the character. And I heard Dave Bautista say like in an interview that the character Drax has gone real silly or something like that. And it felt like he said it in a negative way. And I was like, no, it's a very positive for me. Maybe some people, I can see someone saying the Drax character is maybe a little too silly. He is kind of real silly, but no, I kind of like it. But
yeah, I like the kind of stupid side of him that it's kind of leaned into.
Yeah,
but if you take it from like the first Guardians when he was like really kind of more serious to like now he's kind of come like a joke in a way.
Yeah, it's all about revenging my family.
Yeah.
I want that funny little man,
And I think at the moment anyway, from what I've noticed, is Bautista has been in quite a few movies.
Yeah.
Like the Knives Out movie and like other like action movies or whatever.
He's in one called Knock on the Cabin.
Knock at the Cabin, yeah, that's coming out soon. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised because he's gained some popularity.
Yeah.
And any actor who's tied to Marvel, whether it's a man, woman, or whatever, I can imagine that they're probably limited to what they can do outside of Marvel before they're called back to do another project. So I wouldn't be surprised if the reason why he wants that one to be his last one is because he's maybe got other movies he wants to do, but he can't because of he's tied to Guardians. I wouldn't be surprised anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because I've got like for example, like say like Benedict Cumberbatch, like you don't really see him in many movies outside of Marvel. Like the odd one or two, that's it, and then he's back in being Doctor Strange. Same for like Tom Hiddleston and everyone else, really, I would say.
Yeah, that's probably their number one priority, you think?
Well, they'll be signed to like a 5-picture deal or 3-picture or whatever. And then obviously you got to account for the reshoots they've got to do at times.
Mm-hmm.
So I can imagine at some point these actors and actresses are probably like fed up to an extent to be like, right, I want to be let off my leash. I want to just go out and
yeah.
And they probably can't take offers while they're under Marvel contract to an extent. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know how it works, but I'm assuming
that could be. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah. So back to Guardians. Back to Ant-Man. Yeah, definitely intrigued. I think it's out next month, if I'm not mistaken.
It's coming out soon. Yeah.
Yeah. I read the runtime. So the runtime I think is 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Okay.
So I'm kind of thinking in that movie he's probably going to make a choice where he decides he wants to go back with his daughter, and then he's ultimately going to decide and have that moment where he's like, oh, maybe not seeing her grow was the best choice, and he might come back and ask Kang, well, actually, I want to return to reality now, because I know there's part in the trailer where he's like, we had a deal, and I think Kang betrays him. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, we've got a question from Noran. Noran says, question, keep one, all the others go away. Steven Spielberg, Quentin Tarantino, or Christopher Nolan?
Gosh, that's an easy question to me. I don't know. I mean, Steven Spielberg I'd keep for sure.
And get rid of the others?
Oh, but yeah, in a heartbeat.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say, like, for me, like what you were saying, Jason, I kind of agree. Like, I wouldn't keep Tarantino, not bothered about him. But like Christopher Nolan did like the Dark Knight trilogy, done like Inception. I don't know if you like those movies or not.
Yeah, I like 2 Christopher Nolan movies, and all the other ones I think are terrible.
What's the 2 that you like?
Batman Begins and Inception.
Right. Yeah. But Batman Begins is my favorite movie.
Yeah.
That one of The Dark Knight, but it's usually Batman Begins. I'm gonna go Nolan. Yeah, I'm gonna go Christopher Nolan, but Jason's going Spielberg. So
Yeah. Tarantino's such a hit and miss director for me. He's made, and he's such a his movies are kind of hard to watch because they're usually pretty violent and lots of swearing, and like I don't own any Tarantino films. I probably never will because they're just a little too hard R for me. Though I appreciate his screenwriting is really good, I think, but
yeah,
I don't know, Nolan. I'm not the biggest Nolan fan. I know people love Nolan, like he's like the greatest thing ever, but I'm like, man, I fell asleep during Interstellar. Tenet, I have no idea what happened in Tenet. I like 5 minutes into Tenet, I was like, I have no idea what's going on, and that's the way I was the whole movie. Dunkirk, I also was falling asleep in that movie. That was so boring, but yeah.
I would say, Jason, I kind of agree with you to an extent. Like my favorite movies of Nolan is the Dark Knight trilogy and Inception.
Yeah.
Interstellar I thought was okay, but I haven't watched it since the cinema. Dunkirk, I haven't fancied watching that one again. I think at the time I thought it was okay. And Tenet I was a bit baffled by. But
you have the Blu-ray, don't you?
Yeah, so I was out shopping a couple of weeks ago, and I saw like this special edition for like £10, and I thought, wow, for £10, I thought, wow, that's pretty cheap. So I thought, well, worst case, I can always go trade it back in if I don't want it, but at least I can give it another chance and be like, right, actually, yeah, I like this movie. Actually, nah, it sucks. So no, I would say though I agree with you. Like I wouldn't say Christopher Nolan's like the best thing ever, but I admire the Dark Knight trilogy like so much,
right?
Especially Batman Begins, like that movie, fantastic. So yeah, I think it's a tough one, but thanks for the question, Noran. We've got Exploitation Review saying, sup guys. Hey man, hey Rob, hope you're well. He says the new Ant-Man trailer was not encouraging. The previous ones were because they were mostly funny with a little heart. Nobody asked for them to get serious.
Yeah.
It
was definitely different.
Yeah, it's definitely going like a different route, but I think that maybe going to be setting the tone for Phase 5, and maybe they've realised they actually need a change in direction that they're going in, or been in. I think everyone, well, from what I've heard, I think everyone kind of agrees that the last half of Phase 4 after No Way Home kind of sucked for the most part. Like Thor: Love and Thunder, we don't need to talk about that. Doctor Strange was kind of hit and miss. It had good elements, but
yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, have you seen Black Panther yet?
No, I haven't. I'm waiting for it. It should be coming out February 1st, I think, or something like that, on Disney Plus.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm waiting for that one to come out, and I can finally get to that one.
I'll be intrigued to hear your thoughts on Black Panther.
Yeah, because I feel like I've heard so much negativity, so I'm kind of already. Unfortunately, I've already got like this idea that it's not good, and maybe that's not a good thing to go into the movie, but.
Yeah, I would honestly say to you, man, is just go in with no expectations if you can. I know it's hard when you've probably watched a lot of reviews.
Yeah.
But yeah, just take it as it is, because the thing is, like, there's probably been some movies where you've seen some reviews and everyone's like, that movie's terrible, and you've watched it and you thought, actually, it's all right.
Yeah, that does happen.
Like, I'd say Pinocchio is probably the best example.
Oh yeah, the best example. Nobody likes that movie, and I'm like, that's pretty good.
See, I'll say it again to you, Jason. I can't come in because I've not seen it yet.
Oh, Pinocchio.
Yeah, I've not seen it yet. But
yeah,
I don't know where to start. I think I've heard from people like, I said, I'll start from that one. People saying, I'll start from the original one. Yeah, I think Ryan wants to get me to watch the Disney classics this year, so I'll probably end up starting the original. Then I'll go to that one. Then the Guillermo del Toro one.
You haven't seen any of them?
No, I've never seen any Pinocchio stories at all.
You've seen Shrek, though, probably, right?
Yes.
So you've seen him in Shrek at least.
I've seen him in Shrek. Yeah, that's about as far as it goes though at the moment. Okay, so we've got a question here from Noran. So well, thank you for the kind of comment here, Rob. Noran says, question Mike and Jason. If you were in charge of Marvel, would you eventually reboot the whole universe, say 10 to 20 years down the line? Do you want to go first, Jason?
Reboot the whole universe. I would say no, I guess. I'm not sure what that means, reboot the whole universe. Do Iron Man again? Or
I'll tell you what, we'll come back to this question. So, Noran, if you're still here, and when you're saying about reboot the whole universe, or you mean like starting from scratch and ignoring anything that's happened in Marvel ever?
Start a whole new, yeah.
Are we talking about like if we were in control of say Phase 5 and going forward, like what we would do? If you're still watching Noran, let us know, because I would like. Oh, actually, hold on. He says I think he has just commented. He says, "Oh, sorry. Oh, we've got True Action Star. Sorry, the comments are acting up. We've got True Action Star saying evening. So hey, hope you're well." For some reason, Noran's comments underneath. Oh, there we go. There you go. He says, yes, start remaking the films again.
Okay, so just recasting, I'm guessing, all the characters.
So the question was, if you were in charge of Marvel, would you eventually reboot the whole universe 10, 20 years down the line?
I mean, no, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's a tough one. Like, so if we were like have to start the movies all over again, I wouldn't really say there's a need for a reboot, as long as you can carry on the characters well enough. So by the time 10, 20 years comes, like for example, like now, we're pretty much like 10 years since Avengers started. And we've got to the point now where Chris Evans isn't Captain America and it's now going to be Sam Wilson. But you've got a 10-year story to revisit in like 4 Avenger movies and the 3 Captain America trilogy movies if you want to see his story. So you don't have a lot of movies to go through to know everything about him. Whereas if you rebooted the whole thing and, connected with this timeline or connects with what Marvel have already done and we're making a new one in terms of a reboot, like everyone's got a high standard of the Captain America character now or Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr. That I think it would be hard to reboot and match that or do it better. Personal opinion, anyway, it'd be hard.
I don't know, I like to see a reboot of like the X-Men, maybe. It feels like it's been long enough. I mean, Hugh Jackman's going to play Wolverine, I guess, one more time, but I think all those characters have moved, all those actors have moved on. I mean, for the most part, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, they got some fantastic actors and actresses in that original X-Men movies. That I think, like, I would agree with you, Jason. I would like to see a new rendition of X-Men because the original 10, 8 movies, however many they made, it's just messy.
Yeah,
to the point where it's not really memorable.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like, obviously Hugh Jackman's memorable. People remember, like, Ian McKellen and James McAvoy and stuff like that. Like, we remember, like, being like, oh, like, Michael Fassbender was in X-Men, like, we remember that. But we're not going to remember, like, the full story of X-Men because it made sense. Then they decide, oh, actually, no, let's not make sense. And then the last movies, like Apocalypse, was terrible.
Yeah, I was thinking like the first 2 X-Men were really good, and then they kind of went off the rails after that. So I don't know if they can do a new one that would actually be a better trilogy.
I think they could.
It feels like you just can't make trilogies anymore. You make 3, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna make a bunch more, and it's like, well, maybe we should stop at 3 and then move on. I always feel like maybe we should just move on and let someone else do it later on or something. I don't know. That's an issue. Yeah. I suppose because after time goes by, I suppose everybody that's born right now will be like, that's old stuff, 20 20 years from now, I guess, they'll be like, oh, that old Marvel stuff, they need to reboot it, maybe. It's like Lord of the Rings. Like, I still don't think we should reboot Lord of the Rings. I've heard that question, like, should we redo Lord of the Rings? I'm just like, I don't know. It's still so good.
Nah.
I still think it'll hold on for a while, but yeah.
Yeah, I will as well. Yeah, so I saw Lord of the Rings years and years ago, so I need to revisit them. But I want to watch the extended editions if I do, because I've never seen them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should.
And obviously everyone raves about the extended editions.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you, Jason, I would agree. I would say Lord of the Rings, I wouldn't reboot that. I think it's too early to do that if they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Same for like Harry Potter. There's been talks about rebooting that.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And I don't think it's needed though, because the thing is, you've got the 8 movies that people still buy the box set for every Christmas and birthdays and stuff. But then you've got like the Harry Potter world in Universal. You've got like a dedicated Harry Potter bookstore in New York, I think, which is like 2 stories high. And people know Daniel Radcliffe is Harry Potter and Rupert Grint and Emma Watson, whatever. If you reboot the Harry Potter, it's not going to be well received because people's got such a love for the old ones.
Yeah, that series worked so well. I think they did that really well.
I just think there's some stuff they should just leave be and just leave it to have its legacy for 100 years or however many years. And maybe after 100 years, then decide to reboot it.
Yeah, I don't know. Man, it depends, on the movie, I guess. I'm trying to think of a movie that didn't work, and then I always like the Fantastic Four. I think they're probably going to do it at some point because I feel like they've been failing at it so far. So it'd be nice to see them get a Fantastic Four that actually works. But in my opinion, I'm sure there's out there I need to think about that. It'd be nice, like Indiana Jones. Could they reboot that? I don't know.
I hope not.
Because if the 5th one is so bad, I mean, do we need to reboot it? I don't know.
I kind of have a feeling with the new one coming out this year, Dial of Destiny or whatever it's called. It looks as if they're introducing like Indiana Jones has got like a granddaughter or a daughter or something by the trailer.
Yeah.
And I think if the movie does well, they're probably going to go for a like a spin-off movie with the daughter maybe. Or granddaughter, whoever she is.
We thought the same thing with Shia LaBeouf when he was the son, and that didn't work out.
Well, any of you guys who are watching right now after the fact, leave some comments and we'll get to them. What movies do you think didn't work first time round and they should maybe reboot or remake? And we'll give our opinions. Sophie says, I've only seen the first Ant-Man, but I love Paul Rudd. Yeah. Paul Rudd, awesome. Lego says the first Ant-Man is one of the only movies I saw the most times in cinema and is so underrated. I have been dying to rewatch that movie for like the 100th time. But life. I like the first Ant-Man movie. I think the second one was also good. It wasn't as good. I felt like they were trying to do too much in that movie. I think the first one was good to establish the character. And that's some good kind of comedic ones. Rob says Tarantino is a soft R compared to some stuff I often watch.
Maybe.
Oh, definitely. If you say compared to, like, say, Terrifier, it's definitely a soft R.
Right.
Yeah. Nora says Tarantino has only done one film that I dislike. Jason and Mike, we got to plan a 007 watch along sometime this year.
Are you a James Bond fan, Mike? I didn't know.
Not really. I'm going to be honest. I'm sorry to disappoint you and Noran. I've only ever seen the Daniel Craig Bond movies. And there's one like Casino Royale's the one I like.
Yeah.
After that, like Skyfall and Spectre and the No Time to Die. Skyfall was okay. No Time to Die was just boring.
Yeah.
Apart from Anna de Armas in the 15 minutes she's in, best part of that movie. And I just haven't seen the old ones. It's just been a franchise that's never like screamed out and be like, Mike, sit down and watch all 25 of these movies or whatever. I know you like James Bond though, right?
Yeah. I'm a big fan of Sean Connery, Roger Moore era.
Mm.
I've been collecting those Blu-rays, and yeah, me and Norton are always talking about James Bond and doing something about James Bond, you know, that because he's a big fan as well.
Yeah, I know Lauren's a fan of James Bond. I mean, I'd be down for a watch party.
Cool.
That'd be cool. I mean, you'd have to let me know which one and maybe put me on what you guys think is the best James Bond movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I probably wouldn't start you with Dr. No. I don't think that's the first James Bond movie, but to me, it hasn't nailed the formula down. There's like a James Bond formula, you know, that they really nailed down, I think, in the third movie, Goldfinger. You know, I mean, you have to have certain things. What I like about James Bond is, if I can go on a James Bond thing here,
go for it.
Is like what I love about James Bond is, you know, you have the openings. Well, I can't now. I forget. Yeah, you have usually you have the opening scene, which is some action sequence. You know, and sometimes it has nothing to do with the plot of the movie. It's just this random action, anyways, and just gets you going into the movie where you're just like, oh wow, that was cool. Like now I'm like into the movie. Like usually you want that, and then you you know, you get the James Bond, you know, walking down and then pointing, you know, that's when that happens. You know, you're just like, oh my god, like I don't know, that's such a cool. It happens like in every James Bond film, and you know, you have the opening credits with the song, and I know, the song is always really cool, and the visuals of the credits is always really well done. I mean, they really did so many cool things with the James Bond franchise. That's these what do you call it? Iconic, you know, very iconic things that they do. Like, you know, Star Wars has like the opening the crawl, you know, and so every time you see Star Wars, you get excited. Oh, there's the opening crawl, like a Star Wars movie. That's what, to me, James Bond. When I see that, I just get excited. I'm like, yeah, James Bond. You know, and then you have things like, you always have the really cool henchmen like Odd Job or Jaws, or he has some kind of weird quirk about him. And I like James Bond when it's really silly and like out of there kind of thing. I don't like him to be serious. I like him to be very kind of unrealistic. The campiness is what's fun to me. You know, and then you have James Bond. He sleeps with like at least 3 different really good looking women. Like to me, that's a must. Like you got to have James Bond sleeping with different, you know, really good looking, for no reason either. Just a random woman and then he's sleeping with her. That's James Bond to me. Like if you don't have that, it's like, that's not James Bond. That's you know, he has stuff like Shaken Not Stirred. He has to do that in every movie, seems like. And you know, on Bond, James Bond, you know, that's always iconic, you know. So I don't know, all these things that James Bond movies that I just love about it, that every time you get that, I'm like, oh, he's doing the thing. I'm like, yeah. I don't know, that's me, but
and it's like a tick box, be like, right, he's done this.
Yeah.
Tick.
Yes.
Tick.
Yes. He did that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is. Obviously, you know, I'm glad that you like them and like Noran does, and obviously there's a huge fan base out there for James Bond.
Yeah.
I mean, it might help that obviously you guys have probably seen them all, so you, as you said, like you know, look out for like being like Bond, I'm James Bond, and the shaken not stirred, as you said, and the sleep with multiple women, whatever. Like those tropes as such, like you know, happens in every movie. I just don't know if it's for me. It's like just that, because the only movies, as I said before, I've only seen the Daniel Craig ones, so I don't know if it's maybe I should have maybe started at the beginning and then eventually got to them.
Yeah, but you didn't watch him as a kid.
Nah,
man, that's like the great moment as a kid when you're for me was surfing the channels and then coming across a James Bond movie when I was, you know, 10 years old or something, and being like, what's this? And just being enthralled by it. And so there's so much nostalgia in me for the James Bond movies, because I remember being young and coming across James Bond and just absolutely loving it as a kid.
I remember as like a teenager, I'd be like going through the channels, and there's a channel over here called ITV, and they would always show like Die Another Day.
Oh, really?
That seems to be like the only James Bond movie they'd ever put on. And I know about the jet ski scene. So with Pierce Brosnan, I said that jet ski or something is he on?
He's like, yeah, he parachutes onto like the water or something, right? Or
Oh, he's like
he's on,
waterboard. What's
he's
it
on,
called? I don't know what it's called.
he's on skis, but yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that scene, yes, when it's like really bad green screen.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like
very beginning part of the movie. It's like the first shot in the movie.
Right. So I know that scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get into James Bond. As I'm up for a watch party, maybe you guys can change my mind on James Bond. Right now,
it'd be fun to hang out, anyways.
I say I'm down for it. I don't know if I will like the movie, but I'm down for it. If I've watched the silent movies, I'm sure I can watch a James Bond movie. We've got John Smith saying, "Ahoy all, revel and caper, for I have arrived." So hey, John. I hope you're doing well. I've got the True Action Star Dale saying, "Wife and I are watching the Last of Us series. It's quite good so far." Have you seen the first episode, Jason?
Yeah, I watched the first episode last night. Yeah.
What'd you think?
Yeah, it was all right. You know, I haven't played the video game, but I've watched YouTube videos of people playing the video game.
Right.
So I know everything that happens in the video game because I've watched, I watched somebody like play through the whole game, and which is really fun because it's like a really cool story. And it's got some great emotional moments in the video game, which is why it's like one of the best video games, considered one of the best video games. And the visuals are really cool and all that. So watching the show, like I kind of knew the beats, so I'm like, oh, that's in the video game, like, and that was kind of cool to see like some scenes and go, okay, yeah, they're doing that same scene in the video game. It doesn't hit me as emotional because I already saw the emotional moments in the video game, so
right.
Going, okay, I know that's going to happen, and it happens. I'm like, so I don't feel quite as invested maybe as I would. I don't know. I'm curious if somebody doesn't know the story, how they felt about it. Would be interesting.
Me.
Yeah. And so that was kind of cool at moments. I would say it's pretty long episode. It's like an hour and a half episode, the first episode.
Yeah.
So it's always hard. The first episode is always a hard thing because they're spending time world building, building up what's going on in the world. And they're building up the characters because they're like, all right, they're introducing all these new characters, and so they spent a lot of time just talking and kind of getting. So I was a little bored at times during the show, to be honest. I was like, okay, I'm kind of bored right now. Let's, but it's just the first episode, so it's just kind of. So I get that it's just kind of introducing everybody and kind of getting you into the world, this new kind of post-apocalyptic world kind of thing, and
right.
So I can't say much right now. I'll be curious when I see more episodes if it picks up a little more. I'm kind of hoping, yeah.
No, that's cool, man. Yeah, so I know, like, obviously it's weekly. It's 9 episodes a season. I've heard good things so far about the show. But as you said, Jason, I think if you played the games, which I know my partner Emma has,
okay,
I haven't seen the first episode yet. You are going to be like, oh, that's that moment from the game, or right, I know this is where the story should be going, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it'll be interesting. For myself, I know what happens in this story to an extent.
Okay.
And I know what kind of happens towards like the beginning of the second game, involving one of the main characters. I'm not saying for spoilers if anyone's not played the games. So I'm expecting to go in that direction maybe someday. I'll be intrigued though. I'm glad the True Action Stars enjoyed it. And Jason, at least you thought it was all right. At least you didn't hate it.
Had some good moments in it that I was like, yeah, that was kind of cool moment. It was just a little too long, I think, and it's almost like 2 episodes in one. It felt like, but it's just introducing everybody. So I guess I'll see when we get more into the plot of the story. Is Emma excited for it?
Oh yeah, she can't wait. Yeah. I think it's gonna be one of those, right, where obviously they've made 2 games of The Last of Us so far. And I think it's gonna really depend on this season if they're going to do one season to cover the entire first game.
Yeah, I wonder
if they're going to do just till like maybe halfway of the first game so they can get a second season to do the rest of it, or if they're going to do maybe a second season to focus on the second full game and try cram all that story into like 9 hours, 10-hour like series. I think it depends which one you're going to go.
Yeah, I don't want them to cram it all in one season. I kind of like to see them spread it out a little bit, but I'm not sure how they would do it. But the game's fairly lengthy, I think. There's a lot of plots within the game, I think, that you can go.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, from what I've heard, I think it's a good 15, 20-hour game. I might be wrong. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. I know... I just hope they take the time, because the thing is, it's made by HBO. Yeah. So it's going to be on HBO streaming service exclusively. So I'm sure there's going to be big, massive ratings and numbers for the show.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I think we also have another guest joining us right now, and that is Pete.
Hey.
Hey, Pete.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Jason. Hope you're doing
Pete.
well.
Oh, good. I was just thinking about you because we're talking about Last of Us.
Oh, have you seen the TV series? It's excellent.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I got to see it a little bit earlier. And
okay, cool.
Awesome.
And you probably played I'm guessing you probably played a video game, so...
Yeah, I did play the video game. I played it recently on the PS5 with the remake, and it feels like a perfect recreation of it. It expands the story in little ways, like side characters seem to be getting more fleshed out, and we get to have more time with these characters. I think a TV show formula works much more better for games than a 2 or 3 hour movie. So hopefully this will be a start of more video game TV series.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I think from what I've heard about Last of Us so far from you guys and to Action Star, it seems to be going good so far and getting good reviews.
I think it's like the highest rated video game thing I've seen for like adaptations. There's about 8 or 9 episodes with this, and apparently it seems to be a perfect recreation of it. And Sony's got some more stuff coming up soon, so hopefully they can recreate the same success.
I hope so.
How much of the video game do you think they're going to cover in the first season?
Pardon, what you're saying?
How much of the video game are they going to cover in the first season, do you think?
It is the first whole game, I think, and then if we get a second season, it'll follow the second game. Maybe even do it. The second game's got so much content in it, it could span 2 seasons. It's that big.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
I feel like the second game's not as good as the first one, though.
Yeah, the second one's very divisive because of what happens to certain things in that
what I thought.
game. Yeah. I like the game. There's some things that I don't agree with, but I think gameplay-wise, it's fantastic. But narratively, it's not how I would have gone with the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard what happened in the second game, and I think it was kind of stupid. But I've not played it, so I can't comment fully.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think they kind of shot themselves in the foot there by doing that, but that's the road they wanted to go down with the narrative. So they do a good enough job with it, but there's certainly a feeling of something being missed, shall I say.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they do get a second season for the show, which I think is looking very likely. They can. The good thing is they can always rewrite that second game, and go in a different direction with it.
They could do. They definitely could do. But the guy who wrote the story for the game is writing it for the TV show as well, so probably may not be doing it, because I know like a lot of the fans are very protective over the story, so if ever so slight changes, a lot of the fans do get a bit upset, because there has been ever so slight changes to the show and a few fans have been a bit upset about it, but overall I think it's pretty perfect.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see, but yeah, I think I agree with you, Pete, and I think probably Jason will probably say the same. Like a game like this would work better as a series than a movie, but for me, like this year coming out, we've got the Mario movie. And I think something like that should be a movie than a series.
Yes, definitely agree. Mario, whilst a great gaming franchise, it doesn't have the story
Doesn't have a
or
story.
the depth story to do anything. Like
Yeah.
Sonic, you can get creative with that, have a lot of fun with that, but not really a TV series sort of thing. So, yeah, it depends on the video game franchise. Those with more deeper narratives, TV
Yeah.
shows the best way.
If I'm not mistaken, or are we getting a Knuckles TV series?
Apparently so, yeah. Yeah, I
really?
don't know how that's going to work out. Probably have the history of Knuckles.
Yeah.
I hope they make it a limited series if that's the case.
Hopefully so. It
Yeah.
seems a bit of a baffling idea. We'll probably get a Tails one and a Dr. Eggman one or whatever.
I would like to see an Eggman series. That could be cool.
Yeah.
I personally like to see it, a spin-off TV series about that one who runs the coffee shop, his sidekick.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting. Yeah, so I mean, we'll just have to wait to see what The Last of Us does at the end of the season, and I'm sure there'll be thousands of reviews out on YouTube about the series overall. We've also got here True Star of the deal saying, "Did you see that Klassic is going to take a break from YouTube? I hope the guy is okay. One of the nicest guys on here." Yeah, so that I know me and Pete are in like a group chat with Josh, and I know Jason knows Josh as well. He put a post out saying that he's going to take a break from YouTube today. Yeah. Yeah.
We're all here for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, there he is.
I'm back. My camera went a bit weird.
There you are.
Nice that you can finally see me.
There you do.
You done for a drink?
Pardon?
I say you're done drinking your.
No, I don't know what went on with my camera. My camera went a bit weird. Sometimes I join the streams and it never comes on, and then it'll just randomly come on.
Okay.
Oh, well, it's nice to see you, man. And nice to have you here.
Thanks for the invite.
Hey, anytime. So yeah, after the stream, Jason's link will be onto his channel and Pete's will as well. We've got a couple of other comments. I've got the Drew saying, "Hey, what's up?" So hey, Drew.
Hey, Drew.
We've got Drew says, "Do you think Creed 3 will do well without Stallone? I think it doesn't need Stallone because Creed 2 ended Rocky's story well." Jason, were you shaking your head there? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. The first Creed movie, it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I absolutely love it. And it's because of the relationship between between Rocky and Adonis Creed is what makes that movie so great. And I don't know, I wasn't a fan of the second one. It was like, I don't know, we're going to bring back Drago. And it's like, I didn't need that. And this third one is like, we're going to bring this random character from his childhood we've never met. And so to me, I'm like, I just don't care. I don't know. The story just doesn't interest me after the first Creed movie. And yeah, without Rocky, it definitely, I don't have good feelings, but that's just me.
Yeah. Pete, what do you think?
Well, I do like the Creed franchise, and I think that it's really good. But I think as much as I love Rocky and it's great to have him in there, it's probably time for him to leave it so we can have Adonis Creed take center stage, because everybody watches it for Stallone, where Michael B. Jordan is a fantastic actor. So it'll be nice to see him get some screen time, and he's actually directing this one, if I'm not mistaken, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, so obviously, if he's going to do like the same thing that Stallone did with Rocky, that could be really good. Hopefully, it'll be good.
Yeah, I'll be intrigued what they do with it. I don't mind the Creed movies. I would maybe like to have seen like Jonathan Major's character maybe being introduced in the last movie.
Yeah,
kind of build them up a little bit more. But at the end of the day, like if they've got this series and they've got like 2-hour runtime or 2-hour 20 runtime, whatever they use, they could always give a good chunk to Jonathan Majors to explain about being a kid, some flashbacks to.
I would imagine that's what they're going to do. Flashbacks galore.
Galore.
Even though he's never mentioned him in previous films, he'll just be a very important character of his past.
He's very important.
Right.
It's kind of like.
So I think it'll be. I think it'll be interesting, to say the least.
It's kind of like if you watch the Fast and Furious movies, and all of a sudden you find out that the main character has a brother, and you're like, oh. All of a sudden you have a brother now that we've never mentioned. Okay.
We've gone through like 9 films and you never thought of mentioning this. No, and you talk about family so often, but you never mentioned it. And then next film, no doubt, you'll have a sister that you never spoke about.
People are just popping up like crazy, and it's like, oh, okay. Like
it's worse than the soaps, isn't it? Fast and Furious. I've seen more realistic storylines on Coronation Street.
It'll not be long till Vin Diesel's grandma's the villain in the movie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or he has a
Vin. Yeah, she driving up in a big fast Ford car, just come out of space like the last one. Oh dear.
The grandma will come out with a Jeep. She'll
probably come out saying grandma means style, family means everything, or some cheesy line like that.
Oh, she originally started the family.
Oh, dear.
I love how every hangout and chat I do, Fast and Furious gets brought up.
Yeah. Oh,
that's awesome. True Action Star says, glad the stream was so nice and happy there's so much negativity on the stream I watched yesterday. I love how nice you guys are. Well, thanks, man, for tuning in, and always appreciate your constant support as well. So, thank you to you and everyone tuning in. True Action Star says, also, rebooting Harry Potter sounds like a disaster.
It does. I agree there.
We were saying this before as well, Pete, about like reboots and stuff like that. And I was saying to Jason, I think there's a rumor going around about Harry Potter getting a full reboot because I think they're dropping Fantastic Beasts from what I've heard.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Well, the Fantastic Beasts films worked well for like a one-off film, and they tried to do too many different things with it. It felt like too political with the last one, with all like trying to win an election or something. It was dark and it didn't feel like Harry Potter. I like the time period it's set in, but they never really did much with it. Harry Potter franchise, the 1 to 8 books should be left, or the 7 books, should I say. They should be left. They shouldn't need to reboot them because they're constantly on TV. They're constantly being bestsellers, aren't they, on Blu-ray, 4K and whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
The characters are so well known. So you think of Harry Potter, you think of Daniel Radcliffe. No matter what you see him in, I still call him Harry Potter. Whether it's The Lost City, Guns Akimbo, it's Harry Potter. It is. Same with Ron Weasley, Rupert Grint. He can pop up anywhere. I'll still say it's Rupert Grint, and that's where Scabbers is. It's just like these characters forever, throughout their career, will be synonymous with those roles. And to reboot it kind of takes away a lot from that franchise.
Right. Yeah, and you ever think about like how incredible it is that we had like 8 movies and all the actors stayed in character. Anything I don't think there's another franchise that really does that.
No.
For the most part. Maybe Marvel, you can kind of say, has done that. But like even James Bond, you change James Bond every 4 to 5 movies. I mean, but to have someone play the same character for 8 movies, that's pretty incredible. That nobody was like, I'm done with the franchise or something like that, and they had to like recast. They recast Dumbledore only because the actor died. But besides that, they didn't have to recast like anybody, which is kind of cool. Even Game of Thrones, they're constantly recasting some character.
And I think it's kind of a bit special because you actually see these actors grow up from film to film. Yeah. Daniel Radcliffe's a kid and he's like a young man at the end of the series. It's kind of really special seeing that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's one of the highlights that they had for Harry Potter is they signed these kids for 10-year contracts or however much. And like as you said, Pete, you just get to see them grow as per film. You're like, right, like, you know, Daniel Radcliffe's a little boy, and now he's in his emo phases, and then he's in this phase. Which was actually quite funny. I actually saw a behind the scenes video, I think, the other day. I don't know if it came on TikTok or something like that. And I think it was the 4th or 5th movie. I'm not sure which one. And what happened was they finished filming the movie they were doing. And the director said to them, like to him and Rupert Grint, like Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, they were like, right, over summer while you've got a couple of months off, don't cut your hair. And then they're gonna, like, a couple of months' time, they're gonna go back onto set and obviously do the next movie. And I think it's Goblet of Fire, if I'm not mistaken. And so what happened was, both of them grew their hair out over summer. They were hating to have long hair, but the director said, don't cut your hair. And Daniel Radcliffe was thinking, oh, when we get on set, they're going to get like a professional haircut. They're going to get their hair done for the next movie and, you know, change their look. And the director was like, nah, we're not cutting your hair. You're going to have your long hair, what you've got now. So when you see Daniel Radcliffe like hair down here, that's because he was told not to cut it and they refused to cut it for the film.
Yeah, I think it's the fourth movie. Hair's longer.
It is the fourth one because Ron's hair's quite long as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I never thought of it. That's true. It is a little bit longer than the other ones.
Yeah, because what happened was when they were told to obviously grow the hair over the summer as well, like they got back and Daniel Radcliffe was like, oh, so are we getting our haircuts? Like, what's the hairstyle we're going for in this movie? And the director was like, oh, well, you're going to keep the long hair. And Daniel Radcliffe was like, should he not be cutting their hair? I mean, this age, we're meant to be like starting to be interested in girls and stuff, and they're not going to be interested in girls, like guys with really long hair. And the director was like, no, you're keeping your long hair.
It didn't look bad to me, but
Yeah, it seemed all right.
or Pete has long hair, so we're talking to somebody.
Right.
Yeah. There's a thing. Another thing is, if they did decide to reboot Harry Potter, they never get a cast as magical as that with Hagrid, Dumbledore, all the other professors, Snape. It's just perfect casting for each and every character. Never be able to be done again.
Right.
No, that's an all-star cast of British actors. I mean, to me, those are some of the best British actors there are. With Maggie Smith, I mean, Alan Rickman, absolutely amazing. And you'll never get that again. And
It's such sad that so many of them have passed away as well.
Right.
Yeah. Emma Thompson comes in, I think, for a role, and
yeah, for a couple of times.
They're just. I mean, just go to
Gary Oldman
amazing.
as well.
I mean, these are just some of the greatest British actors, I think, working at that time, which is what's so cool about Harry Potter.
Yeah. Also gave birth to Robert Pattinson as well.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I don't think they should touch it because I think also it's not as if they're going to reboot it and it's going to be like one movie they have to reboot. They have to reboot 8 movies. Plus, they're going to have the same titles for the movie because if they're following the books, which probably going to.
Yeah.
It's going to be called Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Well, which one? Like the 2004 one, the 2026 one? Like, which one are we talking about? You know?
True.
And I was saying to Jason, I was like, they've got obviously like Harry Potter World and in like Universal Studios and dedicated bookshops and everything to Harry Potter.
I would be for doing like a TV series, maybe.
Yeah, I know they did. Is it The Cursed Child, like a play, didn't they? But it did release it as a book, and that's set like quite a few years after the events of the film books. Yeah. So maybe they could transfer that into a film or a TV series. That would be better, but just leave that original 7 books alone.
Yeah, I agree. I think Cursed Child would work well, and I don't know if Daniel Radcliffe did the role for that at one point in theatre. Maybe at the very beginning, I think maybe
he might have done. Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, I think he's trying to distance himself from that right now. I think maybe 20 years down the line, he'll come back and maybe embrace it more when he's grew older. But for now, he's obviously trying to expand his career. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think we're all in agreement we don't want it rebooted though. And True Action Star of the Dale says, "Come up with some new ideas, Hollywood. I'm hearing that the new Velma series is awful."
Yeah, it looks pretty bad.
I've seen some of it. It's not good. Oh dear.
Nah, I don't know what it is with Scooby Doo. Like, you know, like the classic series, we're all gonna remember as kids. And I think nowadays, if they're going to do something, do like a live action reboot to the ones we got in like the 2000s kind of era.
Yeah.
That stuff, like, people probably wouldn't mind reboot. But like this Velma series, I've heard really bad things about it.
Yeah. it's like an R-rated version of it. It's got like real bad violence. I'm sure it's got sex in it as well. So it's nothing for kids to watch. Yeah, it's R-rated and very, very quite adult. And
Really?
it's just like, I'm pretty certain there's like near nudity in it as well. It's quite shocking, really. It's an R-rated version of Scooby-Doo, and it just takes it in a completely different direction. It's like a modern day interpretation of it, but it kind of just ruins all the characters. It does bringing in like stuff like social media and all that, and it's just like forgetting what Scooby-Doo's about, like a group of mixed match friends going solving crimes, and also a talking dog as well. It's just a lot of fun, it is, and this isn't. No Scooby-Doo in this one at all. It's just like Velma, Daphne. He isn't called Shaggy in this one. He's called something else. I can't remember what he's called now. And you've got Fred as well.
I'm going to have a look. To be honest, though, as bad as it sounds, I actually kind of want to watch it.
They kind of take the nick out of Fred all the time, they do. They make out like he's the bad guy in it. It's very weird.
Okay. Like Mindy Kaling or something like that?
Yeah, that's the person, isn't it? Because didn't she do like another comedy show called The Mindy Show or something?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the voice roles in it, Weird Al Yankovic. He's a voice role.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he plays a character called Dandruff Tuber.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I'm just looking at like the cast list here on Wikipedia. So the main characters, you've got Velma, who was at Mindy Kaling, as you guys were saying. You've got someone called Glenn Howerton, who plays Fred. You've got Sam Richardson, who plays someone called Norville Rogers.
That's Shaggy.
Okay.
But why is it called Norville?
Norville?
I don't know why.
And then you've got Daphne, voiced by Constant Wu. Wow, okay.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently it's getting another series as well.
Is it?
Yeah, apparently rumours going about Warner Brothers has given it a green light for another series.
Oh, no, I must be joking, seriously.
Oh, you never know. Oh,
man. I think I'm going to have to watch this series and judge for myself.
Okay.
that'd be interesting. I'd like to hear your reviews for it.
Yeah.
I'll report back on how bad it is.
You just like torturing yourself. I don't know. What's the deal with you?
Do.
You and your brother, I just never get. Like,
it's always fun to watch a bad movie from time to time.
Makes for very entertaining reviews, though.
Yeah.
All right. And we've actually got another guest joining us right now.
Oh.
So we've got Jason, we've got Pete, and we've got Rashad G. Hey, Rashad.
Hey.
What's happening, bro? What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, fam, how are you?
Hey, it's still black and living, man. Can't call it. How about y'all?
Rashad, I was totally on your side during that Star Wars Episode 1 live stream.
Oh, okay.
I feel like everybody was being really nice, and I'm like, no, stop being nice to this movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
I dug it. I mean, I dug it, but you know, I was on the side of people that was hating on it, but then I learned to appreciate it for what it was. You know what I mean? So I still have a good time with it when I watch it.
Oh man, I was in the comments constantly commenting like, no, things are terrible.
Oh yes, especially the whole Jar Jar thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't give them a pass. No matter how much they try to break it down, how much they try to give them a pass. I can't rock with Jar Jar.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, big Jar Jar supporter here.
I
Oh
don't
my
like.
goodness. Nah.
Well, Rashad, actually, it's interesting that you've just joined us as well, right? Because
Okay.
we've just been talking, and I'd love to know your thoughts on this. So we're just talking because there's been rumors about a Harry Potter reboot, and I know right now you've watched 4 movies on Perez's channel.
God's
Yeah.
not. So.
4 movies here.
So far from what you've seen, do you think they should reboot Harry Potter?
Well, I have to make that assessment after I finish them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm 4 movies in, but so far, to be honest, I'm not really impressed. That Prisoner of Azkaban was actually pretty good, but the rest of them were like, I kept falling asleep on them. I had like no interest. I can't get behind any characters. Like there's nothing about it that I can latch on to. You know what I mean? So I mean, I might feel different after I finish the last movie, but as of right now, I'm not really feeling them.
Which is the next one you're watching?
That's a good question. Mike, help me out. What's the 5th movie?
What? Order of the Phoenix.
Okay, so that's the next one then, yeah.
Oh, you're in for a treat with that one. That one's very much like Prisoner of Azkaban.
Okay. Yeah, because Prisoner of Azkaban wasn't bad. I was like, I'm actually enjoying this. And I was getting in my feelings about that horse thing, that animal that, you know, got killed. Spoilers, you know. Well, did he get killed?
The hippogriff?
Or did they bring him back?
Buckbeak, is it what's called, I think?
Yeah. I was actually, well, I mean, I have a sensitivity to animals anyway. Like, animals dying on screen just always gets me. And I get pissed off whenever it happens. Like when the dragons get killed in Game of Thrones, spoilers, you know, I actually shed a couple of tears. Yeah, for some CG dragons, right? I'm actually crying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, with you, Rashad, I agree though. Like, Prison of Azkaban is probably my favorite out of the 8 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the best movies, because I know you said that the series should have started with that movie.
Yeah. Because the first one was like real kiddie. Like it's something that I probably would have enjoyed if I was like maybe 9 or 10 years old. But as a 43-year-old man, I'm watching this like this is corny. I'm not feeling this. And the second movie, only thing I remember about the second movie is those Smurf looking creatures. They were these blue creatures that reminded me of the Smurfs, and that's like all I remember from that one.
Oh, what, the flying ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand the appeal of these movies so far. Like what, like you take something like Star Wars. Star Wars has something for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you have characters like Han Solo, who's the cool cowboy, Luke Skywalker, who is our hero. You know what I'm saying? The hero's journey. You got cool ass villains. You know what I'm saying? The wizard. So there's something in there for everybody to like. But with Harry Potter, it's almost like it's just a certain demographic that those movies appeal to, and I'm not one of them. So I just don't understand the hype for Harry Potter. I don't get it.
Well, I can't wait till you get to like the end one, and then like hearing your thoughts on each one as it goes. Because it might turn you around, you might be like, "Oh, I'm a huge fan." No, you might be like, "Nah, these suck."
What did you think of Dobby in the second film?
Who was that?
The little Alf, the CGI Alf.
The annoying little shit.
Oh, I didn't think nothing. I didn't think nothing of him. I don't really remember much of him. I mean, Jar Jar had more personality than that damn thing. At least, hey, love him or hate him, at least with Jar Jar, you always remember him. I don't remember that thing.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I didn't like Dobby and Harry Potter 2. I didn't like the Harry Potter second movie, if I'm being honest with you. Thought it was boring.
The second one's too long. It's like 2.5 hours, but it's the shortest book.
I love the second one.
Wow.
So you love that one, Jason?
Oh, I love it so much. When they reveal who Tom Riddle is, I was blown away. I still get blown away when I see that.
Oh, wow.
I thought that was such a brilliant way they did that.
Man, I tried taking some caffeine. You know, I was slapping myself in the face, but I'm watching. I'm just like,
just you wait till you get to Half-Blood Prince. Now that one's a snore fest.
Yeah, Jesus,
that's week one.
Yeah.
Well, at least Rashad can get some good sleep. Anyway.
I know, right? No, I tell you what, I got some really good sleep over the weekend. I went to go see House Party on Friday, and you figure a movie called House Party, this should keep you up, and I was doing my ugly snore in the theater, like that snore when you're getting that good sleep, like that. I was doing that, like it was so bad. I got up and walked out 40 minutes into the movie. I've never done that before. Actually, I got up and walked out. I couldn't take it.
I saw your review for that, which is done really well, by the way. So congrats on that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. That's awful. Like me and Rashad, we were saying to each other, Rashad, when we were messaging, like LeBron just needs to stay out of Hollywood and just keep him basketball.
He does. He really does. Now, mind you, Space Jam was okay because my son really enjoyed it. So because he enjoyed it, I had a good time with it. But I'm pretty sure if I watched it by myself, I'd have been like, eh. But yeah, House Party. Like I don't know if any of you seen the original House Party, but that movie is classic. Yeah, do yourself a favor, watch that original House Party. To me, the perfect comedy from beginning to end. 95% of the jokes land. It has a good flow to it. Performances is believable, relatable, coming of age story. Little far-fetched at times, but it's a fun-ass movie. I don't know what that was I saw on Friday. I don't know what they were trying to do. I'm sick of these remakes and reboots taking a shit on my childhood. Just stop.
Was it directed by LeBron or written by him?
He was just a producer.
Right.
Yeah, he was a producer.
I hope he didn't write it.
Nah. He was the producer, and they used his house. So they I guess that cut the budget in half because they used his house and his cars.
They used his house.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. The premise of the movie is these two friends. One of them is a party promoter, and the other one I forgot what he did for a living. But they're both like kind of down on their luck. They're broke. They need money. So they have a little cleaning business that they have, and one of the houses that they clean happened to be LeBron James's house. So they come up with this idea and say, "Hey, why don't we throw a house party here? Invite everybody because LeBron's in like another state, playing ball. Let's have a big party here, make a whole lot of money, so we can, I forgot what I think one of them had a daughter that they was trying to send to school or something like that. But yeah, that's the whole premise, and it's like an endless cameos." And everybody that was in anything in the 90s is in this movie.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the original House Party is it Kid and Play?
Kid and Play, yeah.
Right. Because I love Kid and Play in Class Act.
Oh, House Party blows that movie away. House Party
Really?
was what, it kicked off their careers, made them household names, yeah. But it's raunchy, though, so if you careful watching it with Emma, because there's some explicit scenes in there that might make you feel uncomfortable.
Oh, I'll add that to the list.
Yeah, I'll need to watch that because they made 3 of those movies, right?
Well, Kid and Play, yeah, the Kid and Play did 3 of them, but I think there's like 4 or 5 of them.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
So just stick to the first one.
Yeah, just stick to the first one. The second one you can watch because the second one was okay, kind of like Karate Kid 1 and 2. Watch it if you want to, but it's not. You really don't have to. But yeah, but I definitely watched that first one. That first was classic.
Does that like have Ice-T in it or something? Or
in the first House Party, it was okay. It was Kid and Play. It was a group called Full Force, if you remember them from back in the day.
no.
John Witherspoon, he played Pops from Friday. He's in there.
Friday.
Martin Lawrence, he's in there.
Friday. Okay.
Yeah, Friday. Yeah. John Witherspoon, Martin Lawrence. That was like one of his first movies.
Martin Lawrence. Okay.
Yeah, Robin Harris. If you ever seen Bebe's Kids, no, never heard of Bebe's Kids.
Never heard of that.
Man, I gotta get y'all up on y'all black cinema, man.
Yeah.
It looks like classes in session.
Classes in session again,
as always.
Yeah, man. But all-star cast with Tisha Campbell, Martin Lawrence, John Witherspoon, Robin Harris, Full Force. A lot of big names in that movie.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's like well-regarded House Party. I've just never seen it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I went to the movies to see that back in 1990 when it first came out, and it was a packed theater, all black crowd. So if you ever go to see a black movie with like an all black audience, man, there's nothing like it. I mean, everybody is laughing, having a good time, high fiving, talking to the screen. When black people, when we laugh, we laugh. So most times people are like, oh, no, we're like, on the floor, rolling, slapping shit. It was just a great time. A couple of people were smoking weed in there. Some malt liquor was being spilled, but it was a great time. That's to this day one of my favorite movie experiences ever was going to see that first one at the cinema. Straight up.
That sounds awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and now it's just
that and RoboCop are like 2 of my favorite cinema experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember you saw RoboCop as a kid.
Pretty young.
That story.
I was 7. My father took me when I was 7.
What?
Yeah, because I think I remember the story right when you went with your dad, and your dad thought RoboCop. It sounded kind of like a kids movie.
Yeah. He thought it was a kid. He thought it was like a kid sci-fi movie. Because remember that same summer, Masters of the Universe came out. The live action He-Man movie. So he thought it was gonna be like another version of that. So we sat down, and the Ed 209 scene where Ed 209 shoots the guy at the little executive meeting, and all that blood was all over the place. My father, he looked at me, he says, son, I don't think this is for you, man. but my eyes were like this big. I said, no. I said, Dad, I'm okay. Let's finish it. And he let me finish it.
Oh, wow.
Damn, what a ride. I went to school that Monday telling all the kids, like, yeah, I saw RoboCop, and the guy's arm got blown up and acid fell all over him. He was melting like this. And I was the most popular kid in class for like a day.
Okay.
Yeah, like all these second graders were like, wow, Rashad, you saw RoboCop? That movie's rated R. I say, yeah, no, man. That's what separates the men from the boys.
Oh man, that RoboCop's awesome though. Such a good movie.
Yeah, man. And the second one's pretty good too, man. If you get a chance, check out the second one.
All right, because I'm pretty sure we had a conversation about this, and you're like, yeah, just don't watch the sequels.
Well, okay. The second one was actually it's not on the level of the first one, but the second one was a good time. It's probably bloodier, probably a lot more gory than the first movie was, but it was a good time though. The third movie, don't even bother with the third movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, third movie was trash.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the third movie?
I've seen the third one.
Yeah.
I've seen the third one. Not very good. Pretty certain, is it Peter Weller? He's not in it as RoboCop in that one, is he?
Yeah, the third one, yeah.
Wow, okay.
And it was PG-13.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
How the hell are you going to make a RoboCop movie that's PG-13?
Yeah.
Oh, they did a few years ago in 2014 with that reboot one, didn't they?
Yeah. Oh, that was PG-13 too, wasn't it? Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say I never saw that one, but when I saw the age rating difference, I was like, yeah, you can tell it's going to suck.
That movie was so popular. It even had a cartoon series. Like now, mind you, hardcore rated R movie spawned a cartoon series. Yeah.
I'll tell you what is an awesome movie. I can't remember what year it came out, but it doesn't get talked about a lot. Have you guys seen Dread?
Yes.
No.
One with Carl Urban.
Yeah.
That's good.
I own it, but I've never watched it.
Man, I think you'd love that movie.
Yeah, because I still have a bad taste in my mouth from the Sly Stallone one. And mind you, Mike, you know me, I love Sly, but that Judge Dredd was terrible.
I'm not surprised.
Awful. Yeah.
It's not the greatest. He takes off his helmet in that one, and he shouldn't do.
Right. Because doesn't he, like the character in the comic, he keeps it on the whole time, right? He never takes it off.
Yeah.
But I guess Sly said, yo, this is a $20 million face, you know? There's no way I'm doing this movie and not going to show my face, you know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah. Exactly.
Oh man, I can imagine that's bad. Like, so a movie I want to watch this year, and I think I'm going to get Rashad on this one as well. A collab is Rhinestone with Sylvester Stallone and Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think didn't Jacob like that one, right? Or did he just like the music?
I think he liked the music.
Maybe.
But Stallone can't sing.
Stallone can't sing though.
Yeah, okay. So I've never watched the movie, but I saw the clip where he's actually singing, and it's awful. Oh God, yeah.
Well, we're starting to look forward to because we're going to be clapping on that one.
Well, Mike, let me know when you're ready to do it, man. So I have my tequila ready because I'm gonna have to have some alcohol in me when I watch that. Straight up.
Are you going to do another one and do Stop or My Mum Will Shoot as well?
Yeah. You did a lot ones, didn't he? The
Yeah, he did.
90s, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
What's
it
that?
was mostly 90s.
Well, there's one that where he did like stop on man will shoot. Is that the one that Schwarzenegger tricked him into doing?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the one.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
going on the list as well, Rashad.
yeah. Arnold, he was quite the prankster back then, man. He was good at pulling out pranks and he tricked Sly into doing that movie. But then again, Arnold, he ended up doing Junior, so
Yeah.
payback's
Yeah.
a bitch.
And you had that Arnie baby, Stuff of Nightmares.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I haven't seen the movie, but I know like Jacob Martin covered the movie
Yeah.
I think, last year.
Yeah.
And he showed the clip of the Arnold CG baby.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, what is
Yeah.
this?
I could never bring myself to watch that, man. I'm such a big Arnold fan. I grew up on Predator and the Terminator, so the fact to see Arnold pregnant, I said, nah, I can't do that. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh man! Imagine if they did this Stallone where Stallone was pregnant.
Oh god.
It would come out and it would shout, Adrian!
Hey yo, what's up with all these lights? You know what I mean? I was in a stomach not too long ago. Now I'm here.
Man, you do one of the best Stallone impressions I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Hey, well, don't forget we got a collab coming up too. What I say, Over the Top and Cobra, right?
Right. Let me know. Let me know.
Okay.
Set a
Oh,
date.
Cobra's a fun one. That's a great film.
Which one?
Cobra.
Cobra. Yes, I love Cobra. Yeah.
That's-
Actually, I love both of them, man. But it's funny because I love those movies, right? And I thought my father loved them too because my father watched a lot of these movies with me. So I had a double feature one night where I watched the both of them, and I'm drinking. So I called my father up. I say, "Yo, Pop, man, guess what I'm watching? Remember the classics, Cobra and Over the Top that we watched together? I'm watching them now, Pop." My dad said, "Man, those movies are terrible, son." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, those movies are bad, man. I never liked those movies." I said, "But Dad, we watched those." He said, "I watched them because of you, because you like Stallone, man. But I never liked especially Cobra. That shit was dumb." Yeah.
There's a really great line in Cobra. I'm trying to remember.
You are the disease and I'm the cure, or something like that, isn't it? Yeah.
I think so. It's a pretty good line. I was like, oh man.
It's like Cobra's like Sly at his most tough. Like he's like the ultimate tough guy in that movie.
Yeah.
He walks around with this with the match in his mouth, has a son the whole time, wears a tattoo the whole movie just to have like machismo walk with his. I'm like, dude, he's like the ultimate like badass man in that movie.
Oh yeah, he looks cool.
I'm excited to see that one. I'd say one of the most kind of fun movies Rashad introduced me to recently was Commando.
Mm-hmm.
That was a blast.
That is fun.
Yeah.
Oh, don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
So good.
You know, I promised I killed you last. I lied.
I lied. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to do the rest of it.
Come on, Pete.
Yeah, you got to do the rest of it. Yeah.
Which one?
I promised to kill you last. I lied. You got to do the scream when he goes down.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's a great fun movie though. I love that movie.
Yeah, but Mike, knowing you, if I can make a prediction now, okay, I predict that you're gonna have fun with Cobra, but Over the Top might be a mixed bag for you.
You think?
Yeah, because Over the Top to me is a guilty pleasure, but it's a movie about arm wrestling and truck driving. He's a truck driver who's an arm wrestler, and he has a son that he's been estranged from for so long. So it's like him and his son trying to build a bond again. So a lot of sappy, corny, sentimental moments. A little corny at times, but then the arm wrestling stuff is so over the top. Pun intended. That you can't help but to love. But I mean, for me, I love it. But you might be like, yeah, this movie, I'm not really a big fan of. I can hear you saying that right now.
Yeah, you can't take it too serious. It's a fun movie though.
Yeah.
The arm wrestling scenes are so good.
Yeah.
Right. But the kid might get on your nerves though. The kid, he's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kids get on Mike's nerves, I think, in movies.
What's that?
I think kids get on Mike's nerves sometimes in movies.
Oh well, he definitely will because he just bitches. He bitches moans the whole movie, man. Like the classic. You were never there for me, Dad. I hate you.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a whole lot of that shit.
Oh, okay. I'm really intrigued. I mean, was Over the Top 80s? Is that right?
87. Yep.
Yeah.
I love how in that timepiece, though, right? Someone somewhere thought, right, let's have Stallone as a truck driver who also loves to arm wrestle.
He does arm wrestling contests. Yeah.
Okay,
like,
so
how do you come
here
up with that in a board meeting?
Okay, so here's the pitch. Here's the backstory behind Over the Top. So back then there was a film company called Canon Films, and Canon Films made some of the cheesiest '80s flicks you could think of. But what made Canon Films stick out was they made so many movies for dirt cheap. So they'll pitch a movie, get the money for it, shoot it within a couple of weeks, and then hurry and put out in the theater and get a quick profit from it. That's how they operated. But the owner of the company, Menachem Golan, had this dream of, forget doing these small movies on little budgets and making a couple of dollars. Let's go big with this. So at the time, the biggest actors they worked with was Chuck Norris and Charles Bronson. But he wanted to expand and say, hey, let's get Sylvester Stallone. Let's get, these other big name actors, right? So he goes to Stallone and pitches this idea of a truck driver that's an arm wrestler because he figured Americans love truck driving and arm wrestling because he's Israeli, he's from Israel, but he has no idea what American audience is like. He figured, okay, Americans love this type of stuff. So Sly was like, I don't like that idea. I don't want to do it. $10 million. Nah, I don't want to do it. $15 million. I mean, okay, I'm thinking now. $20 million. I mean, it's a dumb idea, but I'll take your money. So that's what he did.
A lot of money, yeah.
Yeah, so Sly said no like 3 or 4 times in this movie, and they kept offering him more money. So this movie costed like $25 million, and $20 million of those dollars went to Sly. Yeah. So they took right. They flopped big time.
Wow.
It flopped big time. So that was the beginning of the end of films. So they did that one. They did Masters of the Universe, which was
Universe. Yeah,
they did Superman 4 as well, didn't they?
And all in the same year.
They put Dolph Lundgren in the star role.
Yep, all in the same year. And after that, Canon Films went belly up.
Well, I'm just looking on Wikipedia. Yeah, budget was 25, and it made 16 in return.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Couldn't even afford to pay Stallone back.
Wow.
Yeah, and he'll tell you to this day he didn't like the movie. He just did it for the money.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say no for 20 million.
Nah.
What?
Nah, definitely not. I mean, you'd be stupid to say no to 20 million.
Right.
They made a documentary on Canon Films, and it's a really interesting documentary.
It's called Electric Boogaloo, right?
Yeah, Electric Boogaloo.
I saw it some years ago, but it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that. I might have to check it out.
Yes, I think where can you watch that at? Yeah, that's a really good documentary too. I think you can watch it on it might be on Netflix, I think.
I think it's on Amazon Prime over here in the UK. I'm not 100% certain.
Yeah.
Which is funny. The name of it's called Electric Boogaloo, which is also the name of Breaking. They had a movie called Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they started off doing like really raunchy movies, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of these Porky's type movies or something like that, and then they
like The Last American Virgin and
what a great film that is.
Yeah, Death Wish 2, Death Wish 3. They did some raunchy comedies, a lot of Chuck Norris and Charles Bronson movies.
Then they did
Did they do Delta Force as well?
Yeah,
Delta Force. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
They introduced Jean-Claude Van Damme. He got his career started with Canon Films with Bloodsport.
Such a good movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
so
Mike
many Charles Bronson films.
What's that?
So many Charles Bronson films they done. I can remember they did Messenger of Death as well. I've seen that one. That's not bad.
Yeah. I don't see where you can watch this documentary. I'm trying to find where you can watch this at.
Yeah.
I'm just having a look on Wikipedia just to see the filmography because I don't think I've heard the movies.
They're right up your alley, Mike.
All bad?
They're like the asylum of the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are fun movies, but I mean,
they make some good
like,
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But
definitely not Oscar type movies. I mean,
Yeah, like the ninja movie. They had Revenge of the Ninja, Into the Ninja. They had a ninja movie where a woman was possessed. So it was like a ninja movie that was like an exorcist movie at the same time. It was crazy.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
that could be a new review series for you, Mike.
that'd be great for
Oh
Mike.
yeah. Oh yeah. Check out that Ninja trilogy. Yes, Into the Ninja, Revenge of the Ninja, and Ninja 3: The Domination. You're welcome.
The first one's called what? Into the Ninja?
Into the Ninja, then Revenge of the Ninja, and Ninja 3: The Domination.
Interesting title for the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to check these out actually. Yeah, it sounds like kind of movies.
Oh yeah.
I've been watching good movies actually recently. I think I need a change.
I know, I've been surprised by the movies you've been watching lately, Mike.
Right.
Yeah, I've been watching some good few ones. So I watched like Nightcrawler the other night.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that movie.
Man Called Otto and Till.
Man Called Otto. Oh, hey Rashad. Yeah, Man Called Otto at the moment's out in cinemas.
Okay.
Have any of you guys seen that?
No.
Not yet.
Oh man, I left that movie. I was crying. It was that emotional.
Really?
And
Okay, well that's good because,
I say knowing you being a big water bag, I think you'd be in tears.
Well, we need that now because Tom Hanks had a bad year last year, so
Yeah.
this should be returning to form for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been a bit off in recent years. Yeah, he's like lost his peak a little bit. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've got Lego news to say, and he has to go because he's got to school. So yeah, Lego, thanks for tuning in.
Yep.
Did any of you guys see this movie by Dario Argento called Dark Glasses?
Dark Glasses. Didn't you review that last year? Didn't you?
That's
Yeah.
one on Shudder,
I'm
isn't it?
watching that review. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah, just Ryan said there's a Blu-ray coming. Yeah, I can stay on the shelf.
Nah, I'll watch your review, Mike, and I'm staying away from that movie, man.
Yeah, don't man. You'll be asleep.
Like, either I'm sleeping or I'm crying.
You'll be asleep. Jason will be like, I was bored. It was long. It was boring. And people just feel like he's wasted his life.
Yeah, and then still buy the Blu-ray.
Oh, wow.
We've got Josh saying, hey, fellas. Hey, Josh. Hope you're well.
Hey, Josh.
Ryan was saying, Josh, he says, you might like Order of the Phoenix, Harry Potter, It Gets Dark.
Okay.
And he says, have you seen any of the prequels for Harry Potter? That's
no,
fantastic.
I just started from the beginning. Nah, haven't seen any of the prequels.
That's good.
Yeah, Rashad, I can't recommend the prequels.
I wouldn't even watch the prequels, but
Oh wow.
Nah, I wouldn't bother, Rashad. You'd be wasting your time.
yeah.
The newest one's very boring. I call it the Secrets of Dumbledore. It's so boring.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
Damn.
Bad. Ryan says here, he says, Jason, not sure if you're interested, but a free steelbook set is coming out of John Wick, February 4K. I know you said you wanted them tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've got John Wick 2 in a steelbook, but it's really cool. I love the steelbook. Yeah.
Yeah, the steelbook you showed, I think, the other week looks awesome.
Yeah, I showed that.
Yeah.
When does that new one drop?
28. Oh, the movie?
Yeah, the new John Wick.
Isn't it?
Chapter 4.
It's April,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I think April. Yeah, I think so.
I'm not sure what movies are coming up, to be honest. I know we're getting the new Scream movie in March.
We got Quantumania dropping next month.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be like the first one. Even though I tried to avoid the trailer because I heard the trailer gave away too much, but when I went to see House Party, guess the first trailer they showed?
Yeah, sure.
I said I can't escape this shit, man, because the trailer gave away a lot, and I'm like, dude, why does Marvel do that, man?
March.
Right.
March 24th. Okay.
Yeah, like the new Ant-Man trailer seemed to give away the entire plot and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I felt like was too much to, and then guarantee before February it'll be TV spots all over the place as well.
Yeah,
movie.
It's a bit like the Batman when that came out last year. You got like 20 ones before you even got the film released. Every single day was a new teaser trailer. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Personally, I don't like trailers just because I like going into a movie blind, not knowing anything. I just want to sit down, lights go out, let's go. You know, I don't want to know anything.
Same.
I mean, personally, that's like the best experience when you don't know what to expect. Then, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, I agree, Rashad. Yeah, like, or even if you see like a little quick teaser, like 30-second teaser, like that's it. I would like to see. That's it. Like the new Scream movie coming out, we guarantee we'll get like a full trailer soon.
Right.
But I think like just a teaser we got where it teasers Ghostface on the subway is enough because you're like, oh wow, like they're in New York, he's on in the subway, what they're doing, you know?
Yeah.
But there'll probably be TV spots for that as well.
To be honest, that is enough to sell you on the film. It's Scream is set in New York. That's all you need to know. It's like Halloween ends and kills. Halloween kills reveals the whole film. Halloween ends gives you a different type of film that isn't even the film.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what they're playing at with these. Like the trailers nowadays gives it away. Screams.
I think the one movie where the trailer, I think probably the worst case of this was probably Rocky 4. Because if you watch the trailer for Rocky 4, it spoils the whole fucking movie.
Oh, really?
It tells you right off rip, you know, Apollo Creed gets killed. Now Rocky has to get revenge on the man that did it and go to Russia and fight Ivan Drago on Christmas Day. I'm like, you just told the whole fucking movie.
Whole plot.
Yeah, the whole plot. I remember being a kid watching that, like, Apollo Creed died? Like, we knew this shit before we saw the movie, man.
Nah, that's bad though. I think especially trailers nowadays though tend to ruin it a lot more to show you everything.
Right. That's why I try to avoid them. I try to avoid trailers. I mean, I'll watch a teaser maybe, but after the teaser, that's it. I don't want to see no more.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Why are you coming out in March, not like in October? Is my question.
I don't know. Yeah, because Ryan's saying coming out March 10th.
I know. Last year, Scream 5 came out in January and did quite well, probably because it's not a very busy time period. But then you've got John Wick in a few weeks' time, so it is a bit busy that in March. So,
right.
I mean, it would be stupid to release it now because Avatar is still, you know, in its run, and you know, you can't compete with Avatar, so don't even try, you know.
No, and that's why he's releasing Titanic next month to go up against it.
Right. Oh, that, yeah. I'll be checking that out though. I'll be going.
It's about Scream?
No, because they're re-releasing Titanic in 4K.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
4K 3D. So I don't know how they're going to do 3D in Titanic, but
apparently it's going to be that high frame rate again, like what you got in Avatar.
They've done it before, but yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's certain shots in Avatar, like certain scenes I'm remembering now, where I can see what 3D would be effective.
Oh yeah.
But so yeah. I mean, I'll definitely be going to see it though. Titanic in cinemas, that would be awesome. Yeah, I think that would be good. But yeah, have you guys heard about Avatar nearly hitting $2 billion at the box office?
Good. It deserves it. That movie blew me away. Like you know what? I mean, I know this is all subjective, but it's like I can't help but get irritated a little bit when people try to be so like Siskel and Ebertish about this, like, yes, well, the movie is not bad, but, you know, I think narratively, the story doesn't make a lot of sense. There's nothing original about it. Who gives a shit? It's Avatar. You know, I'm not expecting Shakespeare. You know, I'm going to see a 3D movie to go into this world, and I want to see action. I want to see blue people. I want to see some visuals. That's what I'm going for. Fuck the story. I can care less.
I'm just thinking of an Avatar recreation of Hamlet now.
I mean, God, like if like once you watch one James Cameron movie, you've seen them all. Okay, James Cameron repeats the same story beats in all of his movies, but that's okay because it works and I have a good time with them. But people get so caught up on the story, like who gives a shit? I mean, listen, I watched it and I was blown the fuck away. Like I felt like I was immersed into this world. And I was on Pandora for 3 hours, and I had a fucking blast. And I got my money's worth. I walked away happy, and didn't fall asleep at one time.
Wow!
Yeah,
that's right there.
Good. Yeah, no, I enjoyed Avatar as well. Yeah, like I think you're right, though, Rashad. Like that movie Avatar, you go for the experience of like this world that's been created.
Right.
Like the stories in the first one was never great. It was, mediocre. The second movie's got another mediocre story, but you don't. Right. I wasn't there being like, oh, I want like a very compelling narrative.
Yeah.
Like I felt like, oh, I'll get more of Pandora. Awesome.
Right. Because I don't know if you follow the channel. There's a channel called Double Toasted, and one of my favorite channels, by the way, to watch for movie reviews. But they were trying to break that movie down so like for every minuscule little thing. I'm like, what are we talking about? Like, why are you trying to break the story down? Well, I wish they would have focused more on this character, and I feel like they could have did that, or they could have did away with the whole whale stuff. Which I'll admit that the whale stuff is a little bit too long. Okay, I will give it. It's not a perfect movie, right? There's things that you can nitpick about, but the bottom line is, how did you feel when you left the movie? You know what I'm saying? Like to me, that's what you go to the movies for. That's my personal opinion. Like, yes, you have your Scorsese type movies that's considered cinema. You have your whatever that's like, compelling stories or character studies. Okay, it depends what you're going for. I went to this not for a character study, not for Scorsese cinema. Okay, I'm going to see a fucking adventure, and that's what I got. So I don't understand the big deal that everybody's trying to make, like, oh yeah, it's all hype. It's not really a great film. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you guys haven't seen Avatar 2 yet, right?
No.
What? Listen, what time is it? When we get done here, y'all need to go to the damn cinema and watch this in 3D IMAX. No. All right, do not watch this on 2D. Do not watch it bootleg or on your laptop. You got to see this on an IMAX 3D screen with the sound. Like even watch it in Dolby if you can. No.
I saw the movie in 2D, Rashad. I only saw it in 2D though because I went with I think I told this story in my review, but I went with my dad. And my dad hasn't been to cinema in like 12 years. And my dad will not sit there with 3D glasses, and he can't with his vision. So I saw it. So even in regular, it looked amazing. So I can't imagine what it was like in the 3D, which I am going to get to.
Man, yo, I saw it by myself the first time, and the second time I saw it, I took my son and my daughter, and it was funny because my son was sitting right next to me, so there were certain scenes with the water. Now the water stuff is beautiful. Oh my god! Like I don't know how the hell they filmed that water where it looked that real like that, So my son was actually like doing like this to the screen because he thought the stuff was actually like coming at him. You know what I mean? He was like, he's like, hey, what's going on here? I said, son, it's called 3D, okay? It's not actually coming at you. It's optical illusion. All right.
Yeah.
Because that was his first 3D experience. But the kids loved it. Like my daughter, she wants to go see it again. Like she keeps begging, like, Dad, can we go see Avatar again? Because she loved it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
you going to go see it again?
Oh yeah, of course. I'm gonna see the third time. I just got to figure out when, because I want to try to keep up with the stuff that's coming out. Because my goal this year is to review more movies than I did last year. Like last year, I sucked. I didn't review because I'm hearing some. I don't know, Jason, was it you or somebody said they reviewed like over 300 movies, like 100 something movies or something like that. It was somebody. Huh?
Josh, I think.
Josh.
It
Josh.
might have been, yeah.
Josh, it might have been Josh. Somebody said they reviewed like almost 300 movies. I'm like, what the fuck?
Josh watches a ton of movies.
I felt like a pussy. I was like, wow. And I call myself a film critic, and I've only seen like maybe half of that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've seen like 54 movies. Yeah.
Right.
I've seen about 40, some even worse.
Yeah, man. So I definitely want to see it before they take it out of 3D though, man. Because you gotta get that 3D experience.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a little bit of time now, so I think I'm gonna go see it in IMAX 3D and get that. I might even do like a little vlog of me going to see it in like IMAX and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm interested in seeing it though because we've got Ryan. He says here my theater didn't even offer it in 3D.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Damn.
And we've got True actually started the deal saying Avatar 2, the way of holding your bladder for 3 hours. Very true.
Well, the key is do not drink anything before the movie. As the movies play, if you're watching a long movie, do not drink anything prior to it. But as the movie's going, take little sips. Like get a soda, take small sips. All right, that'll last you so you don't die of thirst, and you'll make it to the end of the movie without going to the bathroom. Works for me, you know.
Well, what I normally do, right, is when it's a movie like Avatar, Rashad, and you guys, like when it's like a really long movie, and like say like Endgame was like 3 hours and however long, and this one, I was like, right, it's gonna be 3 hours. If I take a drink too early, I'm gonna need the toilet. I'm not going to the toilet.
Right.
So as it's going along, I'm like, oh, it seems about an hour in. I'll take a sip now, you know, and I'll be like, oh, it seems about another half an hour's passed. I'll take another sip.
Yep.
And my luck has been 15 minutes. like a little boy, I can't hold it anymore. I've got to go.
I tell you, it works for me, man. Like if I know I'm watching a long movie, I just take small sips throughout while the movie's playing, and that's how I get through it.
Right. I mean, I would definitely say to you guys, if you can see Avatar in the cinema, I would recommend it personally. Because I want to see it in the 3D setting. But
now, when they release it in Blu-ray, they're going to release it because I know the first one they released in 3D, right, on Blu-ray. If I'm not mistaken.
They did.
Okay.
Apparently, they're not going to release it on 3D because a lot of people emailed Disney and they said we currently have no plans for a 3D version, which seems such a shame.
Oh wow. Disney sucks, man. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them, man. It's like whatever the fans ask for, they do the opposite.
Right. Well, Rashad, perfect example of that is the outcry for Barbarian.
Shit. You always gotta bring that movie up.
Are you a big fan of it, and Rashad?
I hated that movie. That made one of my top 10 worst of last year. I hated Barbarian.
Oh. The only thing I say about Barbarian is it put me off having milk afterwards.
Oh, jeez. You know what? It made it so bad. I saw it in Dolby. 4K, hairy nipple. You can see all the detail in the nipple, and it's like right there in your eye, you know. And yeah. I did a whole 5-minute rant in my car after the movie was over with. Now, mind you, I didn't see any reviews. I don't know what anybody thought about it. I got in my car, I rant on this movie. I said, I know everybody's gonna hate this. I said, I dare anybody to tell me that this movie is good. And sure enough, Barbarian was great. I loved it.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
I really
have to check it out. Same here.
Yeah, Mike, you liked it, right?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I mean, even Ryan here, he's saying Rashad needs to see the nip in 4K.
No, I'm gonna throw up again.
And he also says, "Give us Barbarian, stop holding this hostage."
Oh my god! Yeah.
Same with The Menu. That was really good on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that yet.
Well, believe it or not, I came in from the gym today, and my partner Emma was actually watching The Menu on Disney Plus.
Okay.
I know Jason wasn't a fan of The Menu.
No.
Haven't seen it.
No, it's on HBO Max.
What was it? Wow.
So is it like a horror movie or kind of like a like a Glass Onion type movie.
It's like a thriller to me, but
Like a thriller. Okay.
It's sort of like a comedy sort of esque.
Okay.
I'd say so. I don't know if Rashad would like it. I don't know if it's your kind of movie, Rashad. I'd be intrigued. Like the cinematography on the food is amazing. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
There isn't much of the food because there's only tiny bits on the plate.
yeah.
Okay. Nah. Well, yeah, I have it. Actually. Yeah, I have it. So I haven't. I just gotta watch it. But yeah. I mean, I heard good things about it. Well, except for Jason say he didn't dig it, but I heard pretty good things about it though.
Let's just say you'll want a cheeseburger after watching it.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. There's a cheeseburger in there.
Yeah.
I love movies that make me crave food. Like, have any of you seen a movie called The Founder with Michael
the
Keaton?
McDonald's one.
Yeah. Good
Let
movie.
me tell you, every time I watch that movie, I have to have McDonald's with me.
Yeah.
Or I have to pause it and then go get McDonald's, come back, and then eat it while I'm watching it.
Oh, talking about McDonald's, have you seen Mac and Me? Because that's supposed to be a McDonald's one, isn't it?
No, I've always seen the advertisements for that, the marketing, but I never actually watched that. It looked like an ET ripoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a massive party in McDonald's and they do like a conga up the street out of it.
I remember that.
No, I've seen a documentary called Super Size Me. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, Super Size Me has the opposite effect. Super Size Me makes you not want to eat McDonald's.
Makes you not want to go.
But you'll still go eat it anyway.
I still go.
Eat anywhere. Like when I went to watch The Whale, I had a big ass thing of popcorn, and about 10 minutes into the movie, I said,
yeah.
I don't want to eat food anymore after watching The Whale.
Wow.
I wanted to boycott food, period. Because that motherfucker suffered the whole. Have any of y'all watched it?
We ain't got it over here in the UK, I don't think.
We don't get it till beginning of next month, I believe.
Okay, got you. Yeah. Well, all I'm gonna say is the guy struggled the whole movie. He struggled to breathe. He was constantly coughing, sweating. Everything hurt all the time. Like the guy suffered the whole movie, and I'm just like, I don't want to compare it to Passion of the Christ, but like how Passion of the Christ, how they wouldn't let up on Jesus. That was this movie, man. They wouldn't let up. This guy just was in pain the whole time. I'm like, so food does this? I don't want to eat no more.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see it though because I've heard really great things about The Whale.
I mean, I wouldn't call it a masterpiece, nothing like that. But Brendan Fraser did a good job. Oscar worthy, possibly, but I mean, nothing that blew me away. Like, man, that movie was just. I walked out like, okay, that was cool. Brendan Fraser did his thing. That's a good comeback, a good comeback vehicle for him.
Right.
But, it'll just make you not want to eat no more. I guarantee that. Like, I dare any of you to eat anything, a plate of food, a sub, anything, while watching that and then finish it. I dare you. I bet you can't do it.
Well, I ate a load of chocolates whilst watching the Mr. Creosote scene in Monty Python, The Meaning of Life, and that was pretty rough, if you've seen that scene.
Okay, well, never mind. I'll dare you then.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen any Monty Python movies. I don't think. No.
Mike, you ain't seen shit.
Right.
No, normally I'm the one who hasn't seen nothing. When I first started doing these streams, everybody said, you hadn't seen this, you hadn't seen that.
Yeah.
And I still haven't seen a lot of it. It's still sealed.
Right.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
Me and Pete's in the same boat, I think.
Yeah. I would say 90% of my films are still sealed.
The thing is, with the physical media you collect, though, Pete, you've got so much of it. I'm not sort of surprised to an extent.
I'm slowly getting through it. We'll still be saying that in 10 years' time.
I've only started seeing a lot more movies because of Rashad, though, because Rashad's had me on a lot of collabs. I think it was last year, Rashad, I watched the Rocky movies for the first time ever.
Yep, watched all the Rocky movies, the Rambos. Just recently we did Predator and The Running Man, correct?
Yeah, because I've never seen them either, yeah.
Yep, so we've been going back and forth between Arnold and Sly. So we'll have an Arnold double feature, then a Sly double feature. So now we're back to Sly again. And after Sly, we're going to go back to Arnold. So we're going all the way till they stopped making good movies.
Oh, that sounds great. Have you guys checked out Lockup yet? That's a great Stallone film.
Oh yeah, not yet, but that's on the list. That is on the list.
Oh,
Yeah.
Never heard it.
Yep. Dropped the same summer as Batman.
really? Oh,
Yep, summer 1989. Yep, that was a good summer.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that one. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm interested, Rashad. You know, I'm always down to watch a movie. So, yeah, I've been watching pretty much like this year. We're only in 16 days so far, and I've watched like 13 movies so far this year.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
not doing too bad. Recently binged the entire Saw franchise because the number 10's coming out this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to know exactly what the full story was before going into the 10th one. I watched Fire Nado, which is basically like Sharknado, but with a fire and a tornado.
Fire Nado. Wow. Wow.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. I even said in my review, the acting in that movie was worse than my wooden table. That's how bad the acting was.
Oh, shit. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Any worse than Jake Lloyd? No Jake Lloyd jokes. I'm sorry. No Jake Lloyd jokes. You mean I get to go with you and your starship? Yippee!
Now this is pod racing.
Yeah. Oh man, shout out to Jake Lloyd. I shouldn't joke on that kid, man. It wasn't his fault. In all fairness, it was not his fault. You know, I think Spielberg would have brought out a better performance out of him.
Maybe.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. George Lucas script writing that was.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people had problems with George Lucas, to be honest.
Well, yeah, because like even Carrie Fisher, rest in peace. Carrie Fisher said, and Mark Hamill, they was like George. All he ever said was faster and more intense.
Yeah, faster and more intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard Harrison Ford, complained that he just, doesn't know how to really direct actors very well or something.
Right. Harrison Ford said he had a question for him. He's like, what's he say? It's on the page.
Just do what's on the page.
Do that.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I understand, like, if you write a script, you want somebody, like, for example, Tarantino, when you watch a Tarantino movie, you would think most of it is improv, right? But no, like over 90% of the stuff that you see in a Tarantino movie is on the page, but somehow he just knows how to bring it out of you where you can say it convincingly that's an actor's director. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas George is like, just do it how you see it, and that's it. You know? Yeah, because I heard Quentin Tarantino is very like strict. Like if you try to change his script or try to do like any kind of improv, like he'll be like, hey, the fuck you doing? No, that's not what I wrote. You guys say what I wrote. Now I'll tell you how to say it, but you guys say what I wrote. Now there's no room for improv here. Like I heard Quentin don't play.
Wow.
But some of the dialogue in the early Star Wars films, Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, it's dreadful. Are you an angel? Oh God.
I thought that was so terrible.
Well, at the moment, you guys may have seen the stream, you may not have seen the stream, but every month, starting from this month, me, Rashad, Perez, and Ryan are going to cover every Star Wars movie. And probably have some other guests along the way join us. And the next one we're going to be doing in February is Attack of the Clones. And I've never seen it, but I'm prepped for a cheesy movie.
Yeah.
I'm not excited to check that out that way.
You probably need some coffee to keep you awake.
Don't do that. There's a stretch where it does really slow down. Like, I mean, it starts out very fast paced, but then it does get to a point where like it comes to a screeching halt, and you're like, wow, okay, can we pick this back up again?
Yeah.
The beginning half hour and the ending half hour is where it's all at, I think.
I was gonna say the last battle sequence is really good though.
Okay.
Yeah. But I tell you what, no matter how bad you think a Star Wars movie is, Mike, I think you can attest to this. Anthony Perez is the only person I think on this planet that can make a bad Star Wars movie sound good. Like when you hear him talk about it, that dude is so passionate.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is so passionate, loves Star Wars so much, where he can make the holiday specials seem like an Oscar contender.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I feel bad saying bad things because Anthony just so generally loves those movies, and so feel bad saying bad things, but I just don't like
them. I don't.
When you say Mike, nope.
So, like, for example, at some point we're going to get to Rise of Skywalker, and Perez loves that movie, and I'm like, that's one of the biggest pile of turds I've ever seen. I can't gloss that over.
Yeah.
And I know Rashad's going to have a lot to say in Rise of Skywalker.
Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Last Jedi, I fall into the minority of that. I actually liked The Last Jedi because it was different. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was just different. It got away from the normal Star Wars formula that we're used to. So the fact that it took me where I didn't think it was going to go, I could appreciate that. But that Rise of Skywalker was just atrocious, man. That shit was. I can't make no excuses for that one.
Nah, they didn't have a plan at all with that. They just put everything in and hope it worked, but it didn't.
Right.
It was messed up, that movie, because like Abrams did the first one, Force Awakens.
Yeah.
Then they were gonna have like 3 different directors or something do the movies.
Yeah.
Then with Rian Johnson, the second one. And then decided, actually, let's get Abrams back. But Rian Johnson had changed his story from the first one, and then Abrams had to pick up that story from the second one and change it to the third one.
Right.
Yeah. I'd be intrigued if they'd make another Star Wars movie, like Episode 10. But hopefully they started like a brand new thing.
What's it going to be called? Episode 10. Yes, we're starting this shit up again. Oh no, please not.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, just start a whole new. I mean, I think the Skywalker saga is done, complete. Like don't touch the Skywalker saga. To me, the Skywalker saga ended with Episode 6. To me, Return of the Jedi is the last of the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So just give us a whole new story. I mean, this is a whole galaxy, a galaxy far, far away. So why limit the whole galaxy to just one saga, Skywalker? You know, just explore that shit. You know. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
I agree.
Easier said than done, but I mean, there's got to be some creative person in the room that says, "Hey, let's do this." I mean, George did it. Come on, come up with something new. Yeah,
we've had some very creative Star Wars games, like that dancing one with Han Solo.
I did not know that one.
Yes.
Wow, a dancing game with Han Solo.
It's called Connect Star Wars, and there's like a Riding Solo, the song, but it's called Han Solo, and they change all the lyrics to suit Han Solo, and it's so cringy bad. Oh, dude.
Wow. Yeah.
Who could these ideas?
I don't know, man.
Well, on another fact, we've got Ryan saying, are you guys seeing Missing this week? And is it playing in the UK? It's not in the UK, I don't think, Pete.
Never heard of it.
I have no idea what that is.
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
So I've heard of this movie. Have you guys seen the movie Searching?
Haven't seen that one either, no.
What is that? The one with is that the John Cho? Is it
John Cho? Yeah.
John Cho.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's good.
Oh, okay. I've heard it. Okay, I heard of that one. I've never seen it though. I know what you're talking about.
So yeah, I would say for you, Rashad, and Jason, that's a movie I'd recommend. Searching, great movie. It's all like over a computer kind of thing, but it's really good how it's done. And this Missing is like a spin-off sequel to that movie, but it doesn't follow that movie from what I'm aware of. So I've seen the poster for it, but I don't think we're getting it anywhere here.
And that drops this week?
Apparently so, yeah.
Okay.
Apparently so. And there's another movie, Ryan saying, and he says there's a small horror movie out there made for $15,000 called Skin Marink.
Oh yeah, because what's the name just reviewed that? What is his name?
Justin, was it?
I think it was Justin. Yeah, it was Justin.
Yeah, I heard about this.
I didn't watch the review. I saw the thumbnail. I haven't watched the review yet, but I saw he did review it though. Yeah,
it's like this very small indie like horror movie, and I think think it was like it blew up on TikTok or something like that.
Mm.
I'm not sure, but I haven't seen it. I'm not sure if we've got it in the UK, being honest.
Never even heard of it.
Let me look that up on my end.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's called Skin Marink. I don't know. You see it. Let's have a quick check.
Skin Merrick.
Skin.
Wow, it says not rated. Damn.
Nah. It's got a 5.3 out of 10 on IMDb at the moment. And it's only 4 people in the cast, I think.
Oh wow.
Not much, yeah.
So it's playing exactly the closest theater to me playing that is 17 miles away. I'm good. I'm not driving 17 miles to see no Sputnik or Skinwell, whatever that shit's called.
Yeah. And Ryan's also saying Fire Nado was so bad I didn't finish it. Don't blame me, Ryan. Don't blame me. So yeah, I'm just gonna ask you guys. So caught up to the comments so far. Well, yeah, what movies have you guys got on your list to watch tonight or this week coming up? Anyone can take the floor.
Jesus, something just went down my throat. I think it was hair from that damn nipple. Oh boy. I want to see that there's a slash movie on Peacock that I've been hearing about that I want to check out, and I might watch that tonight. What is it called? Because Q Reviews put me on that. It's a slash movie on Peacock. Shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it called Sickness or something?
Is it
Sick? Is that right?
Sick
or
is
something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the one. No, I'm not mistaken, Pete. Yeah, I think it's Sick. I'm not sure. I've heard okay things about it.
Mm-hmm. Shit. Anyways, whatever that slash is, I plan on watching. I gotta find it. Other than that, not so much movies, but like a lot of my favorite shows have been coming back. So I feel like this is Christmas all over again. So Godfather of Harlem just dropped yesterday, and that's been on like 2-year hiatus. So I was like, what? Godfather of Harlem, yes. And the season premiere did not disappoint. The Snowfall's coming back. Bel Air, which is the drama version of Fresh Prince of Bel Air, that comes back, I think, in a couple more weeks.
Okay.
And a show called BMF, Black Mafia Family, which is based off of real events with biggest dope dealers ever in this country. Which I don't know why I like watching stuff like that, but well, it's funny because I was talking to my child today, or I was talking to my daughter, and I know a lot about the drug game, but I've never dealt drugs in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually gave her a tutorial about how to move drugs, how to sell drugs, and I've never sold drugs before.
Okay.
She's like, Daddy, you know a lot about this. I said, I watch a lot of BMF. That's why. Yeah, I watch BMF and Power and Snowfall. So when you watch shows like that, you can't help but to get an education on it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would never try it, because I enjoy my freedom, and I like my life, I don't want nobody to take it, but I know surprisingly a lot about the damn drug game.
Yeah, nice, man. I haven't seen any of those shows, and I remember seeing you episode recaps for Bel Air last year, I think it was.
Got me some good views too. Got me some good views on my channel.
Yeah, it sounded okay.
It okay. I'll tell you what. It started out intriguing because I'm a fan of the Will Smith series, of course. So to see it take a serious take, I'm like, okay, this is intriguing. But about halfway through the season, it started to get boring, and then the finale kind of left me like, okay, they're set up for season 2. Season 2 bad delivery because the way this show ended was shit. So it started out here, but by the end it was like, yeah.
Get ya.
Yep. And then Snowfall. This is the last season for Snowfall. So I mean, I don't know if you like those kind of shows, but I recommend Snowfall. Like to me, that's close to making my Mount Rushmore of like TV shows of all time. Like I have The Sopranos, The Wire, Breaking Bad, and 4 is open to either Cobra Kai or Snowfall, depending on how both of those end.
Right.
Yeah.
I tell you one show I am intrigued in watching, Rashad, that I know you've spoke about. I've heard like really good things about it. Tulsa King.
Yes, Tulsa King. Yes, yeah. So, okay, remember how I said I was going to cover the finale? So, not unbeknownst to me, the finale already happened. So, that last episode I watched was the finale. But when I look at the episode index on Google, it said there was a 10th episode coming up this week, but it just said no, it's 9 episodes. So that was the finale. Yeah.
But yeah, I've heard good things about that one, though.
Oh, dude, if you're a Stallone fan, I think you're going to love it. Like, Stallone, he has a fun time playing a mafia capo. Like, he knocks it out the park, man. I love him in this role. You know, he's still classic Stallone, kicking ass. He's funny. Just oozes of charisma. And just the writing is good, too, because it's written by Terrence Winter. So Terrence Winter, he wrote Sopranos and, a lot of mafia films and stuff like that. So some good writing in it also. So, yeah, I highly recommend it, man. Tight-ass show.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get onto it, yeah. I'll let you know if I do, and I'll let you know my thoughts.
Yeah, man.
Jason, what have you got coming up? What are you going to be watching this week?
Well, I don't know. I can tell you what I probably should be watching. I don't know if I'll get to it. I need to watch Your Name is on my list of things to watch. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. There's one I need to watch. I still want to catch like Tar. I don't know if you heard that movie with Cate Blanchett.
Yeah.
It's got award buzz, so I've been wanting to watch that. But I don't know. I have to be in the right mood, I guess. Sometimes I sit down and I'm like, I'm going to watch it. And then I'm like, no, I'm going to watch Pawn Stars or something. That's a little more fun to watch or something. But yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's all about getting in the mood, really, isn't it? Like that movie Tar with Cate Blanchett. I've heard about it, and straight away I'm thinking, I can't be bothered for that movie.
It's like a 2.5 hour movie, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch it, but yeah, I feel like I need to.
Right.
And
Yeah,
I don't know much about Your Name, but it seems like a serious movie, so I'm just like, I don't know if I'm ready to watch it yet.
Yeah, I mean, Pete or Rashad, have you guys seen Your Name?
No, not yet. Not yet.
No.
So it's an anime movie. My favorite anime movie ever. I'm not going to say anything for spoilers, but it's a really, really good movie. The first 20 minutes, you'll be wondering what the hell's going on. That's all I'll say. But then after that 20 minutes, it explains what's going on. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Good movie.
Okay.
But yeah, what about you, Pete? What have you got coming up or you want to check out this week?
I want to watch this Megan film. I've been hearing so much about that. The new Puss in Boots film. I've heard so many good things about Megan or M3 Gun and so many bad things about it, but I want to give it a go, see what it's like. New Puss in Boots, got quite a few H&V premiums to watch. I know there's one that I really want to see, Full Metal Jacket, never seen that before. And probably watch some more of the Last of Us TV series as that's coming out. Is it weekly, I think? I'm
guessing every Sunday, for me anyways.
So, yeah,
wow, Full Metal Jacket. Damn, you took me back with that one, man. Yeah. That's a classic, man. That's one of Kubrick's best movies.
Yeah, I still haven't seen it. Still haven't seen Clockwork Orange. I haven't seen Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, a lot of Tarantino stuff. So got quite a bit to get into.
Yeah, Tarantino is funny with his movies. Like, I think it was after Jackie Brown. He got a lot of criticism for his movies not being violent enough. They said, because Pulp Fiction was kind of a violent movie.
Pretty violent.
Jackie Brown was not very violent. So it was like, he's not as good director as we thought he is. It wasn't violent. It was boring. So he said, okay, you want violence? You want violence? Okay, I'm going to give you fucking violence. And that's when the Tarantino blood splatter begin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Did not know that.
Oh yeah. After Jackie Brown, like it just got crazy. Like so, each movie, like especially like Django and Glorious Bastards, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yo, a lot of WTF moments. Like, are you serious right now?
I know I've seen Jackie Brown, and I've actually really quite enjoyed that one. I've seen one Kill Bill, but unfortunately, I've seen part 2, not the first one.
The first one.
Oh wow.
Oh, Pete, part 1's the best one. Part 2 is terrible.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of 2. Yeah, the first one was tight. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of 2. Yeah, but I'll tell you, but Full Metal Jacket, yeah, strap up, man, because that movie, that's a hell of a ride.
Oh, look forward to watching it.
Yeah, Full Metal Jacket. I say, like, you talking about Vietnam movies, I say that and Platoon are like the two best Vietnam movies that I've seen.
I haven't seen Platoon either.
You ever seen Platoon either? Oh man.
Damn.
Really? Yeah. Platoon is like a who's who of like everybody, like, you know, Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, Johnny Depp, Forrest Whitaker, Willem Dafoe. Like everybody's in that movie. Yeah, everybody's in that. Yep.
Yeah, I haven't seen Platoon or Full Metal Jacket either. Yeah, so same with you, Pete.
Yeah, you watched Deer Hunter and Coming Home.
Yeah, I haven't seen Deer Hunter either. I've recently got that one.
Classic Vietnam War movies, yeah.
Oh yeah. The Deer Hunter was good too. Long, but it was very good though.
Yeah.
I think that was Christopher Walken's only Oscar win.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ah, okay, yeah, I haven't seen that one either. Yeah, so Pete, I think we're pretty much the same. I think.
Yeah, I guess so.
But I've seen Clockwork Orange though. It's interesting, I guess.
I've seen bits of it like on TV, and I'm like, what is this I'm watching? But I'm intrigued to watch it all. I have seen one Kubrick film I really enjoyed, and that was Barry Lyndon. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, really?
Not seen that one.
Yeah.
That's like about nearly 3 hours long.
Mike
like
and
a
Pete,
period drama thing.
We need to give Mike and Pete like buzzers, and we just start naming movies, and they buzz in. We're like, "I've seen that one."
Yeah,
You
that
win.
sounds like a really good stream.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I like that.
And
We start
imagine,
naming 80s movies until they get one, and
All right, breaking all the right moves. Top Gun. I haven't seen Top Gun. Okay, there's one.
you get a point or something. I don't know.
What? Yeah.
imagine every time you guys mention a movie I've not seen, I just take a shot. I'd be gone.
Oh, that's even better. I like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll have to have a full case of beer lined up here then.
That's even better. Look, by the time the stream's on, Mike's glasses gonna be off and shit, his hair gonna be all wild. Let me tell you, motherfuckers, something. You know?
Let me tell you how I really feel. I don't know.
Well, if you watch my earlier streams I did about nearly a year and a half ago, when I was like, oh, this film, that film, I was like, all of them I never heard, so I'd empty out a pub before the stream's out. I'd be like,
Oh my god. I love it, man. I love it.
Wow. Actually, that's a good idea for a stream. I might do a 1 hour special stream. Have a couple of guests on, be like, right, name some movies I've not seen.
I've seen that one.
And make sure it's not water in there either, Mike. You make sure you have some real liquor in there.
I'll open up some beers and I'll pour some beers into a shot glass.
Okay, make sure it's beer, yeah. Because you know me, if you see it in the bottle, like look right now, I got a bottle of I gotta finish it. This is some Jim Beam black extra age. I'll be drinking this later on. See that? I started this actually last Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, that's for later on.
Right. I mean, I think after this stream, I'm going to go watch a movie. I don't know what movie yet, though.
Okay.
So can you guys give me a movie recommendation?
What are you in the mood for?
Maybe a good silly comedy.
A good silly comedy. Have you ever seen Me, Myself, and Irene?
Yeah.
Jim Carrey? Okay.
Yeah.
Austin Powers films, they're pretty fun.
Which one, Pete?
Austin Powers films, they're pretty fun.
I've never seen them.
Oh, you never seen the Austin Powers movies? Oh, probably start with the first one.
I don't know if I'd like them, though, because I've seen clips of it and I just didn't find it funny.
Didn't find it funny. Okay.
Have you seen The Campaign?
No,
Will Ferrell, right?
Yeah.
Zach Galifianakis. Okay.
That or like Horrible Bosses are some of the funniest movies, I think, the last 5 years or so.
Try Midnight Run. That's a good one. That's an action comedy. That's a lot of fun.
De Niro, yeah. Good
Midnight Run?
Oh, Midnight Run.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look at that one up. I've never heard of it.
No, every time I think of the campaign, though, I think about that baby getting punched. That when I first saw that shit had me crying, man.
No one talks about how it hurt my hand.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, a baby actually gets punched in the face.
Right.
I think,
Okay.
I
Yeah,
can remember that from the trailers. They showed
Yeah.
you in the trailers.
Right. Yeah, Will Ferrell actually punches a baby.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that, but okay.
Yeah. Shit. If you can find a House Party, check out House Party. Shit. I mean, that to me, that's a hilarious comedy.
I love that. Look. Did you say Rashad watched the LeBron James house party?
So what now?
Did you say watch the LeBron James house party one?
Did I watch the LeBron James house party? Yeah, I walked out on it.
Yeah, I'm saying, is that the one you're recommending for me tonight?
No. I recommend the opposite of that. I recommend the OG house party. Okay. I wouldn't wish that movie on my worst enemy. Okay.
Wow, that clearly shows it's bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that movie on my worst enemy. That movie was what's the word worse than atrocious? Whatever's worse than atrocious, that's that movie. It's actually on HBO Max right now. The OG, the 1991. Yes, it's on HBO Max.
We don't have HBO Max here in the UK.
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's also on Prime Video, but you have to have a premium subscription.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, huh?
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's nice little, hour and a half comedy, lots of dated jokes, raunchiness. Probably don't watch it with Emma, maybe. Well, if you watch it with Emma, there's a couple of parts you want to fast forward through, and when you see him, you'll know what I mean.
well, tonight Emma's at work, so I'm by myself.
Okay, cool.
Have you watched the Hangover movies?
What's that, Jason?
Have you watched the Hangover movies?
Yeah, I like the first one. Second one's okay. The third one, stupid.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I got one. And this is a movie that not a lot of people talk about, man, but it's hilarious. I don't know why it doesn't get mentioned enough. It's a film called Kingpin. With,
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson and Bill Murray.
Andy Quaid.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Hilarious.
That's a fun one.
Yeah, it's a shame nobody talks about that one.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Yeah, it's more. So Woody Harrelson is a championship bowler who gets cut short of his prime because of a gambling debt, and he gets reduced to being an alcoholic and a hustler. But he finds a second chance to get back into the bowling game with a prodigy played by
Quaid.
Dennis Quaid's brother, Randy Quaid.
Randy.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, who's Amish.
He's Amish.
Yeah, so he takes him under his wing, and they go on like this big road trip, and they get into like a lot of crazy shit along the way, and it leads to a championship face-off between Bill Murray and Woody Harrelson.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and Bill Murray steals he's in top form, man. Bill Murray steals every scene that he's in this movie.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I might check that one out. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're gonna love it.
Yeah. I'll tell you a movie I'd recommend for you guys if you get a chance to watch it. It's called Phantom of the Open. It came out last year. It's with Mark Rylance.
About the golf guy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a true story based on like this guy who one day decides to take up golf, and he writes into the PGA, I believe it is, association, pretending that he's a professional. So he gets into the competition, and he scores the worst round of golf ever.
Okay.
And that's not a spoiler. It's in the plot synopsis and the trailer. But it's more than that, though. But it's so funny, like a great British comedy.
So it's like Happy Gilmore.
I kind of, but it's based on a true story.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd recommend that movie for you guys if you get a chance to watch that one.
Yeah, it's on Redbox. It's on Redbox for $5.99. YouTube for $5.99. Damn. What's the point of having Prime Video where you gotta pay for every damn thing? I pay $15. I pay $15 a month for Prime. Huh? Yeah, I pay $15 a month for Prime, and they still charge me like $6 for a movie.
And it's stupid. Like the Amazon Prime's probably got to be like one of the worst services for movies.
Yes.
They hardly have anything on now. Most of the stuff they've got on there has been took back by Disney because they used to have all the Fox stuff on there. Now it's all not on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, the only reason I got Prime Video was because of The Boys, because that's one of my favorite shows. But I should have been canceled that shit. Yeah.
What do you watch, Mike? Do you watch Disney Plus, Netflix?
Yeah, I've got Disney Plus, got Netflix. Yeah.
Okay. And then video on demand stuff, I guess.
Can do, yeah. I've got Amazon Prime. I don't know why. I've
And
got
you got
Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've got like a lot of options, and I've got like a physical media collection up there as well. I've been trying to get.
Yeah, see that. Yeah.
A lot of good stuff on Netflix. But yeah.
Talking about video on demand and comedies, there's a good one on ITV Player called Weekend at Bernie's. That's a lot of fun.
Weekend at Bernie's, that's a classic.
Yeah, that is.
I've seen that movie.
Hey!
Also, summer of '89. That was a good ass summer, wasn't it? Man,
Wow,
so summer '89 was Weekend at Bernie's, Batman, Last Crusade, Lethal Weapon 2, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Lock Up, Jason Takes Manhattan, The Dream Child, Mike's favorite Elm Street movie. What else? Oh, the Abyss. Yeah, you never seen Elm Street 5?
I've only ever seen the first one.
Oh shit!
You've only ever seen this one. Wow.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, classes in session. Yeah, and the Abyss. Yes, that was a stacked
What
summer.
a year.
Yeah.
What a year.
There's a good Arnold Schwarzenegger comedy called Twins.
Twins was I thought Twins was '88.
Well, I'm just thinking of comedy. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I like Twins. That's funny.
Twins is fun.
Oh, okay, you seen that? Okay.
Yeah. I've heard them making
Tonight is your night, bro. Tonight is your night, bro. I always remember that from that movie.
I heard they're making a movie Triplets with Eddie Murphy.
They've been talking about that for a long time.
Yeah, that's been going on for a while.
Nah, they're not gonna make it.
I
hope not.
Yeah.
No more. What's it going to be called? Triplets and set in an old folks home?
Yeah, nah.
Might as well be.
Yeah, man, just leave the classics alone, man. Just we don't need to see another Twins movie. Arnold's been contemplating doing another Conan movie. No, you're too old to play Conan. Like it's over.
Yeah.
You know that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Right. The only time it's good to make a movie that's on top of a well-known movie is if they do a Top Gun Maverick level.
Right.
That's the only time.
Right, yeah, because you gotta think Arnold. You know, when he played Conan, Arnold was like just jacked. You know what I'm saying? And now he's got like loose skin, gray hair and stuff, and he just wouldn't look right playing Conan anymore.
Conan taking out the elderly folk in the old home.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, okay. I wish they would have made a third Conan movie after the second one, because the second one was, when I was a kid, I did enjoy it because it was more family friendly. But as I got older, I'm like, this shit's kind of corny. But I wish they would have did it, because if they were supposed to do a trilogy, it was supposed to be like a lot of Conan movies, and for whatever reason, they just said, "Nah, we're good." Yeah.
Yeah, because
John Milius, he directed the first one, and John Milius, his plan was to have like a James Bond type deal where like every other year they release another Conan movie, and it just didn't happen. Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't, Rashad, being honest.
Oh yeah, because you wasn't a fan of the first movie.
I wasn't huge on it, no. Nah, so I'm glad they didn't.
Damn, but you gotta admit, it probably had the best. To me, I think Conan the Barbarian has the best musical score of all time. That score was crazy.
The music was the best part of the movie.
Oh man, Mike.
I know.
We're gonna rape the woman or something. I don't know what he said, but he.
Oh yeah. Crush your enemy. See the gentleman before you in the limitation of the women. Ah, very good.
I'm like, oh man. Not not very Me Too or whatever.
Nah.
Oh yeah, that movie couldn't be made nowadays. Like the whole cult thing that they had a big ass orgy and shit, and yeah. That movie would not fly today.
Nah.
Like, that's our hero. Like,
yeah, man, but I can't believe Mikey. You know, I think it's gonna take a couple of viewings because honestly, the first time I seen Conan the Barbarian, I didn't like it. But I was an 8-year-old kid, but I did not like Conan the Barbarian at first. So after a few viewings, and I got a little older, I'm like, I love this movie now. I think Mike, give it another viewing.
It improves over time. I must admit, you're right there.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like the Lost Boys, man. At first, you didn't like the Lost Boys, but after the second viewing, you had a more appreciation for it. So yeah, try to give it another viewing.
Yeah, I did. I do know this week on either Thursday or Friday, I think, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch Gladiator for the first time as well.
got to. Man.
Yes.
And I hope I enjoy the movie.
What we do in life echoes in eternity. I love that movie.
You like sword fighting and people getting their heads cut off. It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, like that, yeah.
Did you like The Northman?
I did, yeah, believe it or not.
Okay. Yeah, you should like this, Ed. Yeah.
I hope so. I've heard nothing but great things about Gladiator. So
it's epic, man.
Picture, best actor, best costume, I think.
But I heard they're making a sequel.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the way Gladiator ended was like that should have been it. You know. I don't see how they can go make a sequel from that.
Where can you go from there?
Yeah,
it's just a perfect one-off film. It doesn't need a sequel.
Yeah.
So I don't know where they can go with it.
Well, Russell Crowe could do his acting style like he did in For Love and Thunder in this.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally different.
He can do his Mario accent.
Maximus is a totally different character. Oh, and when Joaquin Phoenix, he steals the movie, man.
Oh, he's so good.
He's an evil bugger in that one.
Oh, you're gonna hate that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Great villain.
Yeah, and
I know my thoughts when I've seen it this week.
Yeah.
Not tonight.
Oliver Reed's final film as well, isn't it? I think.
Oh,
Is
okay.
it? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Died during the film.
I think a lot of his scenes are actually CGI as well.
That's
One of the
right.
first films to do that.
They had to cut down the characters' screen. They had to change the character because they were gonna have him in more of the movie, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, well, he's dead now, so we're just gonna have to cut out that character from the second half of the movie.
But they actually pulled it off because, like, even rewatching it, even after I found that information, I couldn't tell what was CG and what was really him. You know, that they did a good job at hiding that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'll let you know my thoughts when I've seen it.
Well, Mike, I guarantee after the movie, though, you're going to be quoting that shit. You're going to be saying shit like, you know, are you not entertained?
You're not entertained.
Am I not merciful? You're going to be saying all that shit. Watch.
Well, I look forward to it because I think, Rashad, with that one, I think I'm going to get you and Rob from Exploitation Reviews on a collab, I think.
Oh, because Rob hated the movie, right?
I think so, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Perfect.
That'd be cool.
Perfect. Bring him.
Yeah.
All right, he's buzzed meat. Bring him. Talking bad about Gladiator. Come on, man.
Well, I look forward to it. But just letting you guys know, I'm going to wrap this stream up. So I want to thank Jason, Pete, and Rashad for joining me. All the links to the channels will be down below in the description box. Just very quickly before we go, Rashad, do you want to just plug what you've got coming up on your channel?
Yes, sir. So just recently I dropped my review for Godfather of Harlem, which is back after a 2-year hiatus. So I just reviewed that one, the newest episode of BMF. And I also just reviewed the new House Party movie, probably the only movie that I'll ever review that I never finished. And as far as coming up this week, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to see Friday. I know I'm seeing something on Friday. I just don't know what it is. So there's going to be a mystery review coming up Friday. And also I'll be reviewing the next episode of BMF, which drops Friday as well. And that's pretty much it. And plus our collab for Over the Top and Cobra, which I'm going to try to schedule this weekend if we can.
Yeah, I think maybe busy Sunday, but possibly Saturday.
Sorry. Well, Sunday's off limits anyway because my Giants are playing Sunday because we won our first playoff game yesterday.
Beat the Vikings
in a long time. Man, wasn't that a game? So next Sunday I'm gonna be watching them play the Eagles, which I'm scared about because the Eagles usually beats the shit out of us. We shall see. So yeah, hopefully maybe Saturday we can make something happen.
Right, and I'll get the movies watched by then as well. So
okay.
So I'll keep an eye on Rashad's channel. Got a lot of exciting comes up and a mystery review on Friday. So I'm intrigued for that. Pete, what about you? I know you just dropped a new video today, right?
Yeah, just dropped a new video, like a Blu-ray haul, 4K haul. I'll have another one up next Monday. Got the stream on Wednesday night with Keith from Euphoria Pictures, and I'll probably get a top 10 video uploaded sometime later this week as well. So yeah, not too much.
Yeah, sweet. And yeah, for anyone interested, Pete does a live stream every Wednesday with Mike and Andy, forgotten one of the movies in cinema, Axeman, who is co-hosts, and he has like a couple of guests on each week as well. So yeah, definitely tune into Pete's live streams. Last week when Pete went live for 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
8 hours.
8 hours. Yeah, it didn't stop for a toilet break or anything. Just 8 hours all the way through. Yeah.
So this is nothing to you there. So we're at 2:40. This is like
This is nothing.
This
is like 15 minutes to be.
It's 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah. 4 hours is just an hour to me. It's just like, I've done 8. Cool, I felt it the next day. When I got up, I only had like 3 hours sleep that night, and I had about 6 coffees in about 3 hours.
I mean, because dude, after sitting down, it's like my left butt cheek goes to sleep after a while, man.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but good fun. So yeah, Pete does the streams on every Wednesday, so definitely check out Pete, definitely check out Rashad. And Jason, what videos you got coming up this week?
Kind of like last week, I'm gonna continue going through my Blu-ray collection with the letter L is what I have next. And then continue my 100 favorite albums. I'm at number 32 on that list. Then ranking every single Beatles song. I'm going to be doing 65 through 62 on that. And then Friday, I want to do a live stream on what I've been watching lately, because I have so many movies I haven't talked about yet that I think I'm going to need a little more time to really talk about them than the 20 minutes I usually do on usually what I've been watching. So that's what I got going.
Ooh. Nice. Yeah, some exciting stuff. And definitely tune into Jason's live stream on Friday where he covers those topics. I'm excited to see what movies you've been talking about. So I'll be tuning in.
You see my Letterboxd D stuff.
Right. I'll have a heads up. So yeah, definitely check out Jason's stuff. Check out Pete and check out Rashad. And as for myself, to let you guys know, either a video tonight or tomorrow, I do a series on my channel I haven't done for a while called What If? And I take a scenario from where someone auditioned for a role in Back to the Future back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And I create a scenario, what that could have been like. And my newest episode is going to be what if Charlie Sheen played Marty McFly. So keep an eye out for that video.
Charlie Sheen. Wow, that's good. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah. I've created a scenario where he's doing an audition in front of Steven Spielberg. So keep an eye out for that.
Shit. Duh, winning.
Yeah, I think Rashad's seen a couple of my what ifs in the past, where I've done like what if Jeff Goldblum was Doc Brown and Ralph Macchio as Marty McFly and Ben Stiller was Marty McFly and stuff. So
you did one for Johnny Depp too, right? Didn't you do one with Johnny Depp was Marty McFly? Okay, I remember that one. Yeah, where he had a confrontation with Huey Lewis. Yeah. Good.
So, yeah, just whatever goes on with this wacky mind, I get it out on screen. So,
no doubt.
So I might drop that tonight or tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. But yeah, again, I just want to thank Jason, Rashad, and Pete for joining me. And yeah, until next time, we'll see you later. So see you, everyone.
All right.